Hello and welcome everyone. Sorry I didn't have my mic on. Um, so Pink's gonna be here in a minute. We're gonna go over some things on Ernie. I think it was yesterday morning, um, when he was live, and there was some things I wanted to go over, but I hadn't done anything on Ernie in like 2 days. Um, what is this right here?
Welcome, everyone, to the first interactive soap opera, The YouTube Days. We cover real-life characters on here. Welcome your host, Betty Boop, and co-host, Pink Bo Birdo. The show is starting now.
Okay, so we're back. So I had, hey Emmett, what you doing? Yes, please keep those thumbs up. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, so there was a few things that Ernie had said yesterday on his live. I believe it was yesterday morning. And I didn't have a chance to go over it because I was introducing someone new to our soap opera. Um, and then I went and took a nap during the live with Nick and him. Um, and so I missed the last 45 minutes or so of that. And then I watched what Toxic put out about Speakeasy. And Toxic is right. If I filed charges on Easy, he would get in trouble for what he did. Um, However, when he released it, it didn't have anything to do with what he said it had to do with. He was lying. Hey, SDA. And also, when my daughter was talking, she was talking clearly about a movie. She even said the name of the movie and that she had watched the movie the night before. But of course, Easy must have been drunk or high because he wasn't clearly paying attention to the call that she was talking about a movie. And so, when I heard that The Stand had an interview with Christine, I thought, well, that's my way, that's God's way of letting him have it for what he had done to me and my daughter. He gets to see how it feels, for someone to speak out that's the truth about what he's done, opposed to my daughter being drunk talking about movies and stuff, which he thought was just going to ruin me. And then when he put the CP on there, that was an actual lie, as everybody knew, because when everybody went on to listen to it, there was nothing there of that. And they were waiting for that, and there was nothing there because he had nothing like that. So I am Betty Boop.
I'm Pink Bo.
And welcome to the YouTube days. So, Pink, did you get to see Ernie's live yesterday?
I no, I didn't. I didn't get to see any of his Well, it depends which one. We
I
went
think it
over
was in the morning. I think it was in the morning, and
the
he
three
was
hours
talking,
before. Oh,
yeah,
the three
something
hours
like
before.
that. He was talking about Trump being president, and he was talking about Trump signing the bill, against predators, which he did, but he didn't sign it correctly. He didn't get the dates correctly because he don't know what he's talking about. Um, and a lot of people during those years that Trump was in at the White House, a lot of people went down for doing that to children, right? But that's the video I'm talking about. If you heard or saw that video at all.
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's the video I wanted to go over because there was a lot of things that he said in there. Number one, and when a president becomes a president, it would have been it would have been January 20th of 2017. And he was
Mhm.
like, I remember like it was yesterday. It was January 19th when he signed that bill. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. He wasn't even sworn in as president until January 20th.
Right,
So
exactly.
I just wanted to go over that little tidbit there, and we're gonna go over it together, Mr. Ernest Shell, and I'm gonna point out just some of his lies as we go through this because I want to know, did the man even vote? You know how he's always acting political and acting like, he saves children and stuff, but
Exactly.
did he even vote? You know, like
Well,
I don't know.
I don't even
I
think
mean,
he's
I voted.
registered to vote. I don't
Yeah,
think
what it
predators are registered. What
well,
did you
he
vote for?
wasn't he's not a criminal. He's a fugitive on the run is what they call it. A fugitive on the run, but has not
I
been
still
indicted for his charges. So therefore he's not a felon yet. When he
no.
says I'm not a felon, he's correct. He's not a felon yet. He has to go in a court of law. Now, he has the charges against him. The charges have been pressed against him. And this is where people are getting it mistaken. He has charges pressed against him. He is wanted in the state of Kentucky for the two different charges, but he
He's
has
running
not
in
been to
4 different
court.
states.
Yeah. And he's wanted in several other different states for trespassing and things like that. But he has not been to court to be convicted because he's running, if that makes sense. SDA says she's Madonna today. You're crazy.
I guess.
SDA, you are
Well,
crazy.
I consider. I can still get. Well, in my opinion, I still consider him a predator. I still consider him a criminal one way or another. Because anyone that does the stuff he has done, trespassing and damaging property and stuff and stuff like that, and
Well,
anybody that
not
has
only that, but what he done with the girls. He's definitely a criminal.
that
You're correct on
right.
that. Yeah, he's definitely I mean, I would call him a criminal as well, but as far as the way he's trying to twist the words of saying I'm not a felon in this, well, in hindsight, he's legally not a felon. He's a fugitive on the run. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
In
sense. I
our
mean,
eyes, he's a felon.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it was.
And
I
I,
think
you
the limit is set. Yeah, I think the one that we're going to go over is it said the limit is set by you, not everyone else. Which he has
and
so
that's
much.
right. And he's
You know
going
what
to
I mean? Like
continuously
so
go.
much.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is when he's going to give his long chat about life in general and all this weird stuff that he does. Hey, Keldon. Um, and
Keldon,
I
hello.
believe,
How's it going?
uh, yeah, I believe he's walking
It,
outside too on this one.
yeah,
See, I
exactly.
only
As
got
Dave,
half.
yeah, ban on the run. Like you say, he's always on the run. SDA is like it's no different. It's like he continues to be on the
Yeah.
run. He continues to run away from the law. And this is his only thing is because he does not want to be caught. He does not and plus his DNA and stuff has not even been in his system. Nothing. It's like something needs to be done.
Yep. And we have no. I mean, I think he's in New York, but that's just my opinion. All right, so I'm going to play some of this and then I'm going to stop it at certain times because I kind of know what I'm looking for here. I wish SDA would have caught this, but I don't think she did. I don't think she caught this live. I don't know if she did.
Yeah.
Morning, chat. You hear me?
He was here.
Put a one in chat. Put a one in chat if you can hear me. Put a 5 in chat if you can hear Pink and I. Is this the video where he says pedos should be shot in the head? I don't remember if this is the one. I know that he starts talking about the president, Trump and stuff like that, but he doesn't know what he's even talking about. He doesn't know when the documents were actually signed to stop, child trafficking and all that stuff. And he evidently doesn't know when a president gets sworn in because on here he says January 19th. He goes, I'll remember it like it was yesterday, January 19th. Nobody. It's January 20th. So evidently you don't remember it like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, you don't remember it like it was yesterday.
Morning, the chat. I get up every morning right around 5 o'clock
Okay.
and do my pretty much normal walk here.
Mm.
Goodbye, Freeside. I'm so glad you're gone. Everybody should be unblocked. Nobody's going to be up wholehearted probably, but I push the limits because the limits are set by you and you alone. That's the way it is. Nobody else can tell you what you can and cannot do. So I'm telling you right now, starting to feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Okay, so another thing I was noticing when each time that I hear him talk, the very first thing he says is, I'm starting to feel a lot better. This happened yesterday morning, I believe it
And
was.
it happened.
Yesterday
And it
morning,
happened.
SDA.
And it happened today too.
Yeah,
He's always.
but she
He's.
asked when this video was, and I said, yeah, yesterday. But
It's probably funny
yeah,
how
the
he.
first thing he always says, he's feeling better. He then he'll say, I just did push-ups today and set up. That dude ain't doing nothing but except barely getting in and out of bed. Now, to be honest with you, I think like a lot of other people, they think he has AIDS. Um, I'm beginning to think he does too. I mean, Hep C is a form of AIDS, but I'm beginning to think he might have just full blown AIDS. Let me see what date this actually was. I'll tell you in just a second.
This was yesterday.
Yeah, one day ago. Yeah. And it was real early in the morning. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have electricity. Remember, I didn't have electricity, so I laid and listened to this.
Well, here's the thing though. If he can't, I mean, in order to have the AIDS, you have to have some type of sexual activity. Which, so if he's claiming that he's not had any sexual activity since since
Oh,
15
he
years or
has. We
whatever,
no, we found
yeah,
him at
then
Phil's.
we
He
all
was
know he
at
lying.
Phil's. He was at Phil's. Phil is a guy that he used to do all this BDSM stuff with, and Phil even talked about it.
Mm.
That was just last year, and every time he comes back from Phil's house, he does highway runs because he's so fucked up on his on whatever's going on or whatever. And then he slept with that one girl. What's her name? He slept with Anissa, or no, not Anissa. Asia. Um, when she was around the year before last, and he slept with that other girl, China doll. China. He slept with China. Yeah, these are the girls he slept with.
I don't think I have
And then
any
he was
idea.
with Mega for a year. I think he slept with Mega, the doctor.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
he was just saying that just not too long ago. He was just saying yesterday that he was with Mega.
Yeah. And he said he would always love her and she'll always love him and stuff. That's why I think that's where he's at, to be honest with you, at her new house. But people don't think so. I think so.
Well, here's the thing though. When I know for a fact that he's probably not, because when Nicolina made the call yesterday, he put on his predatory hat and jacket in 80 something degree weather and was like on the run. So technically speaking, he's hiding something. So we know that he was on the run to someplace.
Well, I think what happened is he put his jacket on and his hat and he went live and he went and laid out in the yard of wherever he's at, but just put his jacket on and his hat to make it look like he was running, but he ain't running nowhere.
He
Hmm.
only Here's the thing though. He only does that when when he's going to like on the run, like remember when Nicolina made the call and when he was in the hospital, he ran from the hospital.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, each time because Nicolina knows what she's doing. She's not gonna lie about this. When each time she makes a phone call that and wherever he is, then that's when he starts running. That's when he's like, okay, gotta go, gotta get out of here, because because
Hey,
she knows
Cheshire.
where
Hmm.
he is at all times. So technically speaking, if he had not had put on that jacket and was and was, because before that before she made the call, he was basically sitting down, he was earlier during the day. He in someone's house. I think it was Wendy Williams' house or whatever. But yeah, he was sitting up there and with her dog, and then everything was just perfectly fine. And all of a sudden, when she made the call, that's when he put on the jacket and ran outside
Well,
and
he's
and
right
was
though. That's not a Chihuahua that was sitting on his lap. Wendy's dog is a Chihuahua. I looked. It's a Chihuahua just like mine. And that dog sitting on his lap is not a Chihuahua. Go back and look at that dog. That is not a Chihuahua. Hey, Toxic. Nothing. We're just going over Ernie and all his 45,000 million lies that he
Well, there's
tells.
different types of Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas come in all different sizes. They're not,
Yeah, but this was a 15-pound, like a, mm, kind of. My dad used to get them all the time. I'm trying to think of what
what
kind
is
of dog
mixed
it
breed?
is.
There's different, like I said, there's different types of Chihuahuas, but there's some mixed breed Chihuahuas too. So I mean, they're not all Chihuahuas just because
Oh,
they're
I can
not
show
pure.
it to you. It's not a Chihuahua at all. The dog he was with was not a Chihuahua. It was a different kind of dog altogether. It's like a beagle or something like that. It's not a Chihuahua. It was a really overweight dog, but it was not a Chihuahua. He's not at Mega's because he would never bring her up unless he was trying to throw us off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no telling. Um, it was a corgi, Corgi, a corgi dog. That's the name of the dog, a corgi. It wasn't a Chihuahua. All right, I'm going back to him starting his morning off with his lies.
Getting stronger, and I will continue to get stronger.
I think they both do. Toxic. Him and Sleazy are about the
Have a pretty
same.
decent little walk, but we'll be okay, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot.
I think at this point
Thank you.
he's going to give a
Thank you,
motivational
Jimmy.
speech type thing,
Appreciate it, buddy.
like he always does.
When you're down and out for so long, you can't really expect just to get up and be able to do what you used to do.
Right, Cheshire
You used to
Cat.
do 3 and 4 miles every day, running and jogging and just being
Okay,
me.
okay, I got to
Now,
stop you there.
this is me.
When in the actual hell was the last time you ran 4 or 5 miles a day? I mean, I'm not even playing here, Ernie. When was the last time you ran 4 or 5 miles a day every day? In high school, maybe? Or ever? I mean, I used to run the 5-mile run, in
That
high
would be a good
school.
question.
But like after high school, yeah, I never ran it again. Well, no, it was a mile in 5 minutes I ran. But I was in high school. I was like 13, 14. You know? Yeah, corgi, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Markella, that's what I said. That's what kind of dog it was. It was not a Chihuahua. But yeah, when do you think the last time was
Well,
that dude?
I never actually said it was a Chihuahua. It could have been any dog, but I didn't say it was a Chihuahua.
Oh no, I was saying it because I've owned many Chihuahuas. Like I'm a Chihuahua lover. You'll find that out about me. And I could look at that dog and I saw that dog was not a Chihuahua. It was very fat, but it was not a Chihuahua. It was a corgi. Yeah, a corgi dog. It's a little mutt. Yeah, it was cute. A cute little dog, though. I'm surprised the dog's sitting on his lap as evil as he is, because a lot of times, yeah, corgi down dash hound mix. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yes, like it was a mix. But a lot of times dogs will sense evil before we do. And I'm just surprised, unless he's just so sick at this point, the dog don't sense no evil. Cheshire Cat says, I have boxers. They easy to identify. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I heard he is at Tina's. You know, that's another thing. He said something today um that kind of blew my mind when he was talking, and it made me think he was at Tina's because he was like, well, now why would you come here, Nicolina? And when he said that, why would you come here and then have Tina's kids taken away? That right there led me to believe he was at Tina's.
I
Corgi,
doubt it.
Corgi, Corgi,
I mean, at this point,
Corgi.
I can.
Okay, I pronounced it wrong. Thank you.
Yeah, that is what they used to. Yeah, that's what the queen. Yeah, that's what the queen used to have. Yep, you're absolutely right about that.
Yep, a corgi. Yeah, I didn't say it right. I think he is in Florida with Deb or Sherry. Oh, Deb, the one that came up today. And yeah, I was worried about Sherry because he's been saying a lot of things about her. Look at her eyes and, using all that technique that he uses when he's going to some woman's house. So, yeah, you could be right about that too.
Pretty much. I'm up early, but I tell you, it's worth it because I know what pushing myself to the limit will do. I've had it happen before, and I know these people will never beat me because they don't have what it takes. They don't have the heart.
You don't have the heart to even go to fucking court and face your crimes. At least a lot of these people out here, your brother had the heart to go face his crimes that you put on him. And he fought it for 8 years, you crazy. But you don't have the heart to even face your crimes.
Well, I looked it up
They'll not beat
online.
me
It looked
because
charged for killing. He was accused of killing. Some guy by the name King.
It was the mayor. It was the
Yeah,
mayor.
the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mayor. But whether that
When he
story
was
is
in
true
his
or not,
Superman shirt, it looked like the same chair from when he wore his Superman shirt. See, I didn't see his Superman shirt. What was you gonna say, Pink?
nah. But then again, if he's been accused of killing the mayor, it's like and stuff like that, you would think that okay, well,
Hey,
he's only
Pink
like
Warrior.
he said that he was getting a 20-year plea, which is but this was like in 2019, I think it was, but but the incident happened in 2013, but so that's quite a few numbers off, if you know what I mean. That's a few years off. That's a lot of different time, a big time frame difference.
Mm-hmm. Did you see what Misty just wrote? She said his Amazon list goes to Sherry's.
Hey,
So
Pink Warrior.
maybe at Deb's, so easy to get at his stuff. See, I was saying last week that I thought he was going to be headed to Sherry's, but then again, who am I, So she's saying his Amazon list is going to Sherry, so he's having to pick it up somehow from Sherry. So maybe at Deb's, so easy to get. Can you believe that number one? Can you believe that these women are actually hiding him and bringing them in their home, knowing what kind of person he is? That blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind. I'm going to continue playing. I just, after everything, I can't believe they do this.
they're not real. Their asses are in the bed right now. They're in the bed right now. You see where I'm at.
Actually, Ernie, at that time, a lot of people were getting up, taking showers, drinking their coffee, and getting ready for work. Not walking in the fucking yard acting like you're a retired, predator hunter, or you're getting better to be a predator hunter, and you laced up your boots and went to war and shit. You ain't been nothing but a criminal pretty much your whole life.
I'm up early, and I'm trying to jog a little bit. I ain't doing much jogging, but I'm forcing it. I'll probably end up collapsing.
Oh,
if I do, I'll pick myself up. I'll get up, and I'll do it again. I'm not going to let this defeat me without a fight.
Right, spineless and desperate.
And it's going to be a hell of a one.
Oh, what?
It's the way I am.
Okay, so you're going in with
I don't care
guns?
what anybody else says. Am I stubborn? Hell yes, I'm stubborn sometimes. But I've seen it and I've seen the results before. And I aim to get them back.
God.
When people say you're not ready, that's when you're ready.
Oh,
When other people say, hey, wait, you can't do this right now. No. That's when you make them see for themselves. You make believers out of them. You know, they wanted to tear me down the last 2.5 years, destroy me, destroy my mindset, and they did. They did. It wasn't until I started learning how to cope and not believe all their lies and stuff. Because I'm telling you, if you hear something over and over and over, you
Okay. Another thing that Ernie does all the time is play victim. I noticed something a long time ago when Ernie came to the scene on YouTube. There's roles that he plays. There's the superhero, the villain, and the victim. It's like a drama triangle. So 1 minute he's a superhero going out and hunting and getting, protecting children and getting them, from the bad guys. The next minute he's a villain and he's going after you and he's gonna, rip your jugular vein out. And then the next minute he's a fucking victim. So you just have to pick between the three which one he's going to be for that day. And while he starts talking, right now he's a victim. He always starts out as a victim. Then he goes into being a superhero. And then he goes into being a villain. All in the matter of being live for 3 hours. All in a matter of being live. He makes me sick. It took me months to learn to walk again, shower alone, feed myself so Ernie can fuck off. Yeah, me too. I know. He don't know hard. Do they not know they're harboring a fugitive? Uh, Everybody's told him he's a fugitive and he's sick, but working his ass off while he can't stand up on his legs, right? And he was just a working and working. No, this dude ain't worked in. Oh, even when he said he was in the coal mines, he was lying. I think the
When he
last
said he
time
was,
when he was doing donuts, Pink, I think that's when he got in a fight with the boss, he said, or whatever. I think that's the last job he had, but he was wanted then too. So I don't think you can get a job if you're a fugitive and you're wanted. Um, Ladies with bad boy syndrome, you're so funny, Insulex.
he definitely could have been making that up too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's had a job, to be honest with you, his whole life besides that one time of being a security guard and got fired for sleeping with a guy.
start believing it.
What?
And if
Like
you
with a
start believing
guy?
it, that fakeness,
Yeah, Eric Rush, and he got fired. A patient there at a mental facility.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why Eric Rush came out and said he gave him hepatitis C. That's why I kept saying I think it's hepatitis C. But now people are thinking it's full blown AIDS, but hepatitis C is just a glorified term for AIDS, really.
that fakeness hits.
Yeah, I don't even think
People
he
that are
knows
false will
himself.
never go anywhere. They don't have a foundation. You have to have a foundation, guys.
Okay, let's talk
You
about
got to have that foundation.
let's talk about a foundation, Ernie. Okay, do you know what a foundation is? Because when you are when you're like pouring concrete and stuff to make a foundation, for instance, if you're going to make a foundation for a house, you're going to pour the concrete and then you're going to smooth it all out and then you're going to let it dry. So that way when you put your first 2x4 in, it isn't going to fall over and stick in the concrete. For you to sit there and talk about a foundation, you would first have to own your own home or at least be renting one or at least have a job or a career or have a car to drive that you don't blow up every 5 minutes because you won't put oil in the son of a bitch. You would have to have an actual foundation. You are on a mountain. You go up one, go to somebody's house, fuck them over, go down the mountain and go to another, jump on a bus, go to another person's house. You're on the run all the time. You've got a backpack for crying out fucking loud. That's what you run around with. Or you sleep in the streets. That's not foundation. I mean, if you want to call it a foundation, I guess the concrete street is a foundation. But that's the only fucking foundation that you're around, Ernie. You do not have any structure in your life. You don't have any goals, and you're 44 years old. You don't have any goals, no real foundation, no system, no nothing. It's day to day and on the run constantly. Like, what kind of life is this? Yeah, women wanting to have a tiger baby. Good luck with that one. They sure wouldn't never see uh him again, because once he comes through, he's like, boom, gone again.
If you don't have that foundation, you have nothing.
Exactly right. Which means, Ernie, you have nothing because you don't have a foundation at all.
You have nothing to build on. A little bit of clay, a little bit of useless clay. And now they're starting to fall. Their foundation's crushing. They're not.
No, Ernie, nobody's foundation's crushing, but yours crushed a long time ago. And now if you do sleep at people's houses, they're paying for it. If you do sleep on the yard, taxpayers paid for them sidewalks to be built and shit that you're sleeping on. Not you. Not your tax money.
Real. Never have been real.
Wow, he's
But
now
the
admitting that he's not
real
ever been real.
people stand out to you, folks.
Good one.
The real people.
No, he said they're not real. He's trying to say they're not real. Like, we're not real is what he's saying. And he's like, but the real people are him. And that's what he's getting ready to say. No, dude, you're the one that's not real. Everybody else on this platform, most of us have homes, jobs, careers. We have our kids, our families. We're not jumping on a bus every month or every week going to somebody else's house. We don't live with a backpack around us. We got a bed we can sleep in every night. You know, we can make our food in our kitchen. We come on YouTube to have a good time and make fun of you because this is legitimately the only way you can get any kind of attention, which is very sad, to be honest with you.
Will be there. The real people are the ones that endured it.
Hello, El
Hey, El
Kennedy. How you
Kennedy.
doing, Switch?
Over and over, I told you all. I mean, literally, over and over.
I'm missing a sock.
You've seen it. They'll hit me every time. They'll hit me because I'm real. To me, that shows me something.
You definitely got to learn something. That's
Ernie,
for sure. You're right about that.
Who in the
You've
hell?
never done anything.
Ernie, right now you see how he's a victim again. They hit me every time. They're coming after me. They're doing this to me. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. You're a victim of your own nonsense and your own BS of what you've done. That's what you're a victim of. Why don't you stand up and quit being a victim and be a survivor and turn yourself in and do what you're supposed to do?
Hey,
Night Owl. Oh gosh, I don't even want to know how he smells. I can imagine it stink. Remember that one girl who said that she said it was
I wouldn't want to know
musky, a
either.
musky smell, and no bathing smell with Axe or some shit. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, he wants sympathy.
Exactly.
That's why, yes, that's why he starts out like this. Always. He's the victim. When's he ever going to be a warrior? Is he going to be a victim all the time? Because that's all I ever hear him do. I work for a roof over my head. The food I eat, my clothes, my vehicles. Yeah, exactly. I don't work anymore except doing this right now. But my husband works, and I've already worked, until I got disabled. You eat your clothes and vehicles. She's so funny. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
well, that's the thing though. But Night Owl. But since they're in his film and whatnot, and they're part of his, his crew and whatnot, they're not gonna listen to anyone else says until they have to like find out for them themselves. And
And
that's
they
a
do
and that's a
find
shame.
out. They
Yeah,
do find out, Pink. Then they get hurt, and then he moves on. And then nothing happens. With
yeah,
Smiley Miley, she won't even talk about it.
right.
Southern Girl really won't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's
Well,
so
I've heard
weird.
Well, I've heard it. Well, I heard him say maybe they came out with maybe a few things, but they
Hey,
would
Jamie.
they only gave out some little pieces of details. They didn't really get into it, like get into a conversation about what they were actually going
Right.
to. They only,
It's almost like they're scared to say anything about him. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're scared.
yeah, yeah. I know. I think that eventually that they will come out and say something. But like I said, they gave out a little bit of details about what he's done when he was staying with them. They only gave out little bits of details of what of what he did and what he was not allowed to do in their houses. But it seems like he violated every last rule that was made and that was supposed to in their house. So technically speaking, they weren't going to like necessarily deal with that.
Well, true. I mean, I do see where Tara says she wouldn't want to talk about it either. Maybe they feel stupid at this point because they allowed it.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
they
but
feel really dumb.
talking about it will also help others too.
Yeah, I know that, but I think maybe they feel so stupid they, for letting him come there that they don't want to talk about it. Like, because they probably, I mean, I feel like in a way they're a victim because he told them all this stuff, and then when he got
I
there,
can
it was all lies. Does that make sense? And then now they don't want to have to live with it. They have to live with it anyway, but they don't want to like have to probably remember that they made a bad choice and believe in his lies. Does that make sense? Those sweaty feet and the black socks does me in with his black jungle rotted feet. I know. For F's sake, he lied about health insurance. First, his boss got it for him, then some super doctor. Now he pays half. Too many stories that have, yeah, that's the way it works with him. I'm not kidding. Anyone want their channel shared? Let SDA know, please. And not that, Christine, we always talk about you, honey. I think it would make me feel like a fool if I let him into my house. That's what I'm talking about. I think that they feel that way and they just don't want to talk about it. And that's their prerogative. They don't have to. I think that, they got to find out. You said if I don't talk to you, not that Christine, you're leaving. I said I talk to you all the time. But I think that they had to find out. Yeah, we did look at the timeline though. It was March. Um, let's see. It was March when he stayed at Southern Girls. April when he stayed, or no, he stayed. No, it was March when he stayed with Smiley Miley. April when he stayed with Southern Girl, I believe.
Yeah, Betty, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay, we'll just wait for you.
All right, love. But I'll be back though. I'm not gonna be gone long.
Okay. I mean, I won't be here, so ignore me. I don't stay long on lives usually. Oh, yeah, I know, babe. I know you don't. You're funny. Jamie has a channel. Hold on. What, Jamie? Do you have a channel? Do you go live as well? I think this is. I don't know who this is. Hang on. I think that I have. I think Karen's here, but let me put something up just in case because I don't want to be porn bombed. So just give me just a minute here. Karen, is that you?
You can see my account when you click on it, and it says it's
I did
authenticated by
blink.
YouTube.
Yeah, it says authenticated by YouTube. Admin support is what it says.
Yep, that's me.
What you doing, girl? What you doing?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out some shit in the background. You know, you got Air Force USA coming after me on Jimbo's panel, which sort of pissed me off. Um, but
For what? For what? Coming after you for what?
he was just a little overbearing with his statements. But I guess I'll deal with that at a later time. But anyway, I'm glad that you got a little drunk last night, honey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, but
had
I'm still. What happened though is there was really a glitch in the system, and when I said goodbye and I hit the leave studio, it kept me in there, even though it wasn't on my side. Hey, Carrie, how are you, baby? Yeah, if he was a veteran, he would have perfect insurance. And so when I tried to come back and I tried to start my own live, it wouldn't log me out of his live. So I finally had to shut down my live and shut down his live.
So at the end of the day, you started a live stream on your StreamYards telling
Yes.
your viewers that you were on Flow State. And then
Yes.
you exited out of that, and then you started another stream on your StreamYards. And so
Correct.
there were two streams on the StreamYards, and you just, for whatever reason, you were too drunk to figure out how to go to the other stream. And that's what happened.
Well, no, I wasn't too drunk. I'd never done that before. That's the first time I'd ever shared and then was on a stream and then had a stream. And I thought when you leave the leave
It doesn't
studio.
have anything to do with Flow State stream, Betty. You had your own stream on StreamYards.
No, I know, but what I'm saying, Karen, is when I left that thing, I thought I left. I didn't know I had to hit in the stream. And so I went and made a new stream. I didn't
That's
know
what I'm
what the heck.
saying.
I'd never done that before.
I was
Yeah.
trying last night to get you to go back to that stream so that you could hit end stream, but it was a
Right.
little difficult to do that.
Now
But
I
I'm
see
glad.
there's a bird over here on the left. There's a bird. Is that the one you told me to look at? This bird over here?
It's just I was just trying to get you to go back to the main screen for the studio so that way you can see like past recordings, future recordings and all that, and then just
Gotcha.
click into the stream. I was just trying to navigate you, but you didn't see what I was, but it's okay. It's
Yeah.
it's
And that's the
water
first
under the
time.
bridge, you know,
Yeah,
it's a
that's the first time I ever did share a stream, and then I didn't know I had to close it out on my side, if that makes sense. Now I do. Now I
yeah,
know I
but you
have to
didn't
hit
share the
end.
stream. You started your own stream. That's no it's no different than you doing your stream right now. It's a stream that you're doing. StreamYards assumes
Mhm.
that you're doing a stream just like you're doing right now. So you might have been on someone else's panel,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that you're sharing the stream. You're just streaming your own stream, and you just so happen to be on Flow State's panel.
Oh, okay. 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 I thought see, I wasn't when I hit that share button up at the top, so that I could share it to my StreamYard, I didn't know that's the first time I've ever used that. But now
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
what it means. Now I know it means come back to my StreamYard, shut it down, and then open another stream if that's what I want to do.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Last
it
night
now.
was a mess. Yeah,
Yeah, I had a
but
few beers. I mean, I wasn't like wasted or anything like I get sometimes. But that AC, that motherfucker is a prick and a half. Let me tell you something. Never have I ever done nothing to that motherfucker. And then he pulls out that little 5-second clip like it's going to change anything at all. As I said, I misspoke. I meant to say links instead of hours. And if these people are stupid enough to run with this, let them run with it. For real. Just let them run all the way wherever they need to
well,
run to.
okay. So I gotta tell you, and this is just for future reference. Can you hear me? Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I
went
can hear you.
accidentally
Yeah.
clicked on the wrong menu. Um, if I were you, Betty, I wouldn't go on panels anymore once you start drinking. Because what AC did was he brought it up, as he does. He played his video, and then you spent the next 30 minutes telling everything under the sun, and that's all they want. They want that. Like, AC was laughing the entire time that you were doing that, because he wants you to do that. He wants to control you in that way and to get you to do that, to tell a story and just run on and on and on. And sometimes he would cam up while you were telling the story, and he would smile, and because he knows he's controlling you in that way. And I wouldn't, if I
Right.
were
And
you,
he's
I wouldn't do it while
disgusting.
drunk.
But you got to understand, when you're being accused of something like that, if you didn't do it,
But you
you'd
don't
be doing
understand,
that.
Ben. You're not understanding what I'm saying. They don't care about that. It isn't about, you're not going to be able to redeem yourself to AC.
Oh, I
AC is
don't
not
give
going
a
to.
fuck about
AC
that.
is not going to suddenly say, "Oh, wow, Betty. Well, after you spent 30 minutes explaining this, now we're all going to believe you." That's never going to. That's never going to happen. What is going to happen is you'll just keep explaining yourself over and over and over, and they'll use you for content. That's what's going to
Mm,
happen.
okay. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, but I won't be having anything to do with that. Yeah, ammo against me. Yeah, but there's no ammo. He's an idiot. He looked like a fucking idiot. And when he goes and attacks women like that, and he acts like he's a perfect person, there's nothing perfect about him at all. Nothing. I mean, isn't that the guy you've been having problems with, AC?
Yeah, back in February, he brought up he brought up a live stream of me, and was just wanting to review it, apparently in order to um, discuss Escape with Speakeasy, because the part of the stream where he brought up my talking on video, I was talking about Speakeasy on that part that he brought up. Like,
Hey,
how
Guardian.
he just wanted to react. And then they all started, making fun of me for
Okay.
being trans. And that's how all this shit started. So
Mm,
had AC never brought up my stream on that night, we would not had hardly any of this drama that I can imagine. Like, none of this drama would have occurred between the communities. Now, it might have
okay,
occurred.
I'm back. Okay, go ahead.
It might have occurred under different circumstances regarding someone else or something like that,
Yeah.
because they tend to. I don't know if you noticed, but whenever you were trying to explain your scenario there last night, he brought up a video of a cat staring a pot. And that was a meme that he was playing while you were talking. And it means that he's staring up the shit. He's staring, like, drama, 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 staring up the
Yeah,
pot.
I seen what he was doing. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what they do. They want to stir up drama. They want to stir up the pot. They want to use you for content. They want to make fun of you. And then when you interact with them on it, they're going to spend time interacting with that, and they'll use it for content. They don't have a life, Betty.
Yeah.
They don't have a life. That's what they want to do.
Well,
So,
I'm
yeah.
glad I have a life. I'm really glad I have a life, and I'm glad that I don't have to deal with people like that in real life at all. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be around people like that in real life. They really have no life. And when I sat there and I said, "So you want to act like you're perfect?" Oh, I'm far from perfect. Yeah, we know. We know. You're sitting here
So,
harassing me, and you don't even know who the fuck I am. You don't know what any of this is about. And the only people I have to really answer to was the FBI who came to my house, and that's it.
sure. But
That's
here's
all
the
I have
thing.
to answer
In
to.
my opinion, you can take this as my opinion. It's not, you are being overly defensive about it
I
because,
was last night because I wasn't used to being talked
and that's
about
what
it
they want
anymore.
from you. That's what they want. They
But now they
want,
won't get it no more. They won't get it no
yeah.
more because I
And
know what they
I'll
want.
give you an example. Now, this is not as serious of an example, but lately, like, and by they, I mean, like, certain people in AC's community and other people that are surrounding that, like orbiters, they've
Mhm.
tried to question my military service. Now, do I run up on panel and show them my DD Form 214 or log into eBenefits and then start showing photos of my service and showing this, that, and the other, and then trying to tell stories about my basic training and my
No.
AIT and all the missions
No.
that I've been on and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't do
No.
that.
You don't
know
need
why?
to.
I don't
Well,
need
you don't
to.
need to. You don't need.
I
You don't
don't
owe
need
that to
to.
nobody.
They
You
don't
don't owe
mean
that to
nothing to
nobody.
me. That's why I don't
Right.
do it. Is because
Yeah.
I know the truth.
Right.
And what they do is not going to affect the truth. So you can try to influence that truth onto them by saying, yeah, the FBI checked this, the FBI checked that. But at the end of the day, they've already made their decision about you, which is they think XYZ, and you're not going to change that decision.
And I think XYZ about them as well. So the
There you
feeling is
go.
completely mutual.
XYZ.
And they won't be getting
XYZ,
that from
bitches.
me. The next thing that will,
XYZ.
the next time they try to talk to me, I will be like, well, I have my Fifth Amendment and I only talk to the police. Sorry. Get my attorney.
Yeah.
And that's how it will
and
be. They won't
you
be
made
getting no
great
content.
points. I'm not negating the points that you made last night. The only thing I'm saying is, like, for example, you made a great point. You said, hey, if that is all true, then why am I still here and why am I not in prison?
Yeah, because
and that's a
Missouri
good
is
point.
real bad.
It's a
Missouri
good
is
point.
real. They're real about that shit. Like they don't play around,
Yeah. And so I'm not negating what you're saying. What I'm saying is they just want to use you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, enough about
The same
that.
as what Dink and them did. It's the same thing. So next time I am ever around them, I will say I plead the Fifth and I will only talk to police officers. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Next.
Now, just make sure you don't plead the Fifth while drinking a fifth.
I was drinking beer, honey. I wasn't drinking no hard liquor.
Although that would be funny if you went to
drinking.
drink a fifth while pleading the Fifth. You're like,
Yeah,
I'm pleading
right?
the Fifth while drinking a fifth, bitches.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink a fifth and plead the Fifth at the same time. No, I started drinking coffee and I started, getting sobered up because Pink and I went live last night for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I started sobering up.
I got your text yesterday to come on panel. I was dead asleep.
I figured you was.
Yeah,
I just wanted to tell you that thank you for trying to help me, because I didn't understand what was going on because I'd never done that before.
Well,
like
I got to be honest, I was just frustrated.
Share,
I was frustrated because I knew you was drunk and then you went up there and they used you for content and then you couldn't figure out how to end the live stream. And I was just frustrated for you.
Yeah.
Because I care about you.
I know. And that's why you was up here to help me. And that's why I wanted to tell you I appreciate that because I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know you had to I didn't know it created another live stream. And if I would have been thinking correctly, I could have just went and shut that one off and then boom, we would have been fine. But hey.
Yeah.
Now I know for future reference. I've just never used that before. So I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all have to learn, I guess, but no, Karen, I love for you to come up and chat and stuff. I know people say stuff because you go and talk to Ernie and stuff like that, but I think you just do that just to kind of just fuck with him, really. I think you do that just to fuck with him. I really do. I think that, you try to play devil's advocate with him and stuff, and I just see you doing that just kind of like.
Well, what I find interesting is several of the people that are being overly critical of my being on panels with Ernie are the same people that were friends with him and grouped up with him and allied with him for years. Air Force USA was friends with him for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he went on Jimbo's in the side chat and said, "Oh, Karen, why don't you go be a fucking tiger?" And then it was like doing eye emojis and like he said something at one point. He said, "Shove my head in a wall" or something like that. Like he was, he wasn't threatening me. Like he was saying like frustrated. Like when you're banging your head up against the wall.
Right,
and so my message to him is, this isn't North Korea, bitch.
Right. Hang on just a second. We lost Pink. Hang on. I gotta make
This
sure
is
she
not
didn't.
North Korea, Air Force USA, and you don't control me, and you never will. So if you think that you're going to control what I do, you can fuck right off.
Right, exactly.
That's my message to you.
Yeah.
If I want to go on ACs, I'll go on ACs. If I want to go on Ernie's, I'll go on Ernie's. Now, do I believe all the shit that
Welcome
these
back,
people say? No, I don't.
Eric kicked me off, but
It kicked you off? Did it kick you off?
yes.
Okay, I just texted you because I was like, come back, what happened? Yeah, Air Force, I don't know what really happened with that, but I don't know what happened with that because I thought that they didn't never like him, and then there for a while they liked him and they gave him money. So I don't really know what happened with Air Force and them, to be honest with you. I think that was another Air Force that was with Ernie before.
Air Force still comes on here. He was just in Nicolina's chat earlier.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
Air Force actually, there was two different Air Forces. I think there was one that did go with Ernie, and I think there was another one that didn't like Ernie. And then, yeah,
Can you
he did
highlight
Air
Jamie
Force
Katz's
One.
comment?
What's it at?
It's the last comment that Jamie Katz made.
Oh, hang on.
Says what Ernie did to Karen today was awful. What do you
What
mean? See,
happened?
this is why we're talking on a different level. You all don't understand.
Ernie sucks.
You
Oh,
think
did Air Force wrong.
that what Ernie did to me was awful? So he threatened to dox me, and then I asked him to, and then he backed down because he didn't have it. I was able to get confirmation.
Not to be mean, but I mean, we watched Ernie's live. He was live. What was it for? How many hours? And I did not see you in there, not one bit. Not today.
Yeah, but like, I don't see it as an awful. Like
it wasn't today. It was some other time, but it was not today.
I don't know when was you on there, Karen?
I was on today.
You was?
I went up when Nicolina was up. When we were
I
wanted to go
didn't know.
troll
Yeah, she
Tina
did. I heard her. Yeah, she did.
trolling
Yeah.
Tina the Tooth.
Yeah, I heard her go up. Yeah, I heard her, Pink. Did you not see her?
I went up as electric spider drone because Tina the Tooth thinks that there are electric spider drone demons flying around in the fucking sky.
Right, exactly. You didn't see her, Pink?
It wasn't her.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah, she went up as what she is right now, the spider drone. Because she was making fun of Tina. Yeah, she was making fun of Tina.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why she has the spider link and stuff. She was trolling Tina with that because Tina thinks we have spider drones that come down and do shit to people. I mean, she does. She's kind of out there in some of her thinking. She really believes all them conspiracy theories, like all of them. Like,
yeah, she thinks that there's demons that are taking the form of electric spiders, and they're drawing electricity from the sky, and they're flying around and capturing people.
I can't.
So when I went up as electric spider drone, Pink Bow, I fucked her. I fucked with her head.
Interesting. I mean, I will say that. I mean, there was a lot of people up on panel today, but the main person I was really listening to was like Nick and stuff like that. But all the other people, I know that what was Deb came up and what else? Also Tina came out, but I didn't. Other than that, I didn't see anyone else on panel.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah, Karen was up there talking about the spiders. I heard her talking about it. Yeah.
But
okay, Kellen,
you
have a good night,
to go
baby.
and troll. My trolls aren't violent. My trolls aren't mean. I try to be dry humor, funny. So,
Kellen, you too as well. I hope you're having a great night as well too. You stay safe.
She's going to watch the debate between Trump and Biden.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
letting my husband watch it because I just can't deal with some things, you know. I just, yeah, yeah.
Mr.
Guardian
Nobody, that's
Angel
a good
says,
conspiracy too. Birds aren't real; they are drones. That I've heard that conspiracy.
Hmm.
and then Guardian Angel says Tina doesn't have a brain cell working. Neither does Skirny. Skirny. Goodness gracious. The tooth needs to leave in the LSD alone. Airborne and his wife are the ones who were friends with Ernie and sent him so much money, not Air Force. Yes, it was Airborne. You're correct. They sent him thousands and thousands of dollars. Jamie says she was laughing her ass off. Tina won't sleep tonight because Karen did that.
She's probably
Hello,
duct
Lolly.
taping the windows and shit.
They're coming to get us. Hey, Lolly Logic. Still
She's
laughing
probably
about
like, "Fuck these spider drones! They're not getting in my house."
it. Okay, you have a good one, Queen. She's going to go watch the debate as well.
How long
Tell
is
All
it?
right.
Karen
I
to
wonder how
stop
long
being a spy. You got to stop being a
Intellect is
spy.
always trying to instigate me.
Tina has ripped up every blade of grass on the property looking for cameras.
Now, does that count as grazing?
Yeah, right. Well, he did mess up today, and he said, "Nick, why do you want to come here?" And then he stopped and he goes, "And why do you want to take away Tina's kids? Why would you want to go there?" And I was like, "Is he at Tina's new place?"
Yeah, I don't know anything about that because when I was on panel, I don't remember anything about kids being mentioned. But I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, kids were mentioned today. Yes, absolutely, they were.
Okay, well, I don't remember them being mentioned when I was on panel, interacting
No,
with them. So
he was saying
whenever he mentioned that, I was sort of thrown off.
yeah, he was
Um,
saying it to or he was saying it to Nicolina about Tina because Nicolina said that she would call and have them the kids removed at their new place, and he was like, "Why would you want to come here? I mean, why would you want to do that to Tina? Why would you go there and do that?" Yeah, and he said, "Come here."
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that made me think that that's where he could be because he fucked up with this word "come here." Because if he
Come
wasn't there, why would he
hither.
say "come here"? You know what I mean? Why would you come here? I mean, why would you? You know what I'm saying? Like normally he'd say, "Why would you go there? Why would they? Why would you go there?" Why do they call him Skern? Because he's a liar. He's like, what's the word for it? We gave him that nickname.
Victoria. Is that Victoria?
Yeah, that's Victoria. She's in there fighting with her dad. What are you fighting with your dad for? Well, you go back in there with him. I'm not. Go. I'm live.
Get him, Victoria.
Get in there. Quit that barking.
Get his ankles.
Okay, so one time somebody made up they were calling him Ern and stuff like that, and then somebody made up the thing called Skern, and then it stuck, and then that was his nickname, and that's how he got the name Skern. I don't remember exactly who done it. I think it might have been Jimbo who called him Skern Dog. He called him Skern Dog. Oh, Skern Dog, I think is how it went.
Oh God.
Yeah, he called him Skern Dog because he was calling him a dog or something. And he was like, "Oh yeah, old Skern Dog." And then from there, I think that's what happened. He ain't at Tina's because wherever he is inside. Tina and her crew live outside. What?
Mm.
They live in tents or they just live outside? I think he was wanting to know where Nick was going to Tennessee so he could run again, right? Yes, it's Victoria. Zeke is doing the dance. Oh gosh, how cute. No, he's in Florida. I think Xander will allow him back after daughter incident. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't know. It's so weird.
How
I
many
know that
calories?
Xander,
You all keep saying skern dog. It was kind of reminds me of like corn dog. So how many calories is a skern dog?
he's 125 pounds, so he don't got much calories.
He said he was. Never mind.
What? Oh, he said he was 128. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He said it. He said he gained another 3 pounds in a day.
In his opinion, in his own like imagination, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. They're turning it into a barn house. Now, a barn house is pretty. Oh, they're turning a barn into a house. Oh, they just haven't done it yet. Pink Warrior says 0 calories for me. She's like, no. Oh goodness. You forgot, Betty. He's a super soldier and gains pounds per day. I know it. I totally forgot about that. Xander calls Ern liars, laugh out loud. So I don't think there. Yeah, Xander doesn't like him after the bond jumping. Remember Mammoth saying Skern Dog was the leader of the pack? Yeah, because it came from Jimbo. Oh, Skern Dog is what he used to call him. Mr. Skern Dog. What did you think about what she said about Ernie? SDA. Oh, I don't know what that meant. I would almost bet he's there. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Because he said he messed up and he said, why would you come here like that? So I don't know. Ernie's not
Mm.
welcome on my channel. Mr. Nobody,
Whoops.
that's funny. Okay, we're playing his victimhood right now from yesterday morning, Karen. That's what we're
Oh,
going
you're fine.
over
I
right
just wanted
now.
to stop in and say hello. I'm going to get to the debate too. I'm very political, so this is something I'm going to watch. It's like sort of like my Super Bowl. I don't really watch the Super Bowl. This is my Super Bowl.
Hey,
So,
Raindrop. Yeah. Well, I normally am too, but I fell back on it a long time ago when I kept losing all my channels. I was like, F it. I don't want to. I don't
well,
want to mess with it
Debo,
no more.
you have a good night, and Betty, you have a good night, and everybody inside chat, have a good one. Take care,
You
You
everybody.
too,
too.
honey. Bye. Markella says he slipped more than once. He slipped the other night too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he might be there, but because he said it twice now about that. So I don't know.
I
But
mean, let's just. I mean, I think this is. I mean, well, we all know that. I would say that Nicolina actually knows where he is. Like, I mean, in my opinion, she knows exactly what she's doing. I mean, that's just my opinion is that she knows where he is, or else she wouldn't have been calling the cops and actually telling where she is, because she does look up where he is, and plus the people that post photos of him of where he is, especially the people that he's staying with, she does look them up, and then when she finds out the updates, she calls the police and tells them where he is, and that's when he
yeah, but
goes
he's
on.
not. He wasn't there though, and so that's why people are trying to figure out where he was because he wasn't there. He was not there. He's not there. He's not Wind at Wims. He may have been there, like I said, and he left 2 days ago. He may be at Sherry's, like we talked about last week when he was being all nice to Sherry and all this, and but who knows,
He says he's not. He wasn't. He made it said that he wasn't there, but then again, he went outside that he was live streaming the exact same thing the day that he was. But even but I believe that he was there. But that's just my opinion. I mean, and I'm just gonna stick to it.
Yeah. Well, that's why we got opinions on here, so people can speak them.
And
That's
I
what
just
it's about.
yeah, because I believe that Nicolina, 'cause like I said, when he put on the coat and started running outside, it looked like he was like walking. It looked like he was walking real fast, and looked like he was trying to get away from someone. So I think that's why I said I think that's where he was. But and plus, she
But see,
said that she looked
because
up.
he's
She
done
looked
that
up
a
the
lot, and he wasn't even around nothing when he done that and stuff to Jimbo. When he would do
Yeah,
that to
she said, and,
Jimbo.
and Nicolina said that she looked up the exact construction, the picture that she put up. She looked up the exact same thing online, and she found out that the exact same
Yeah,
area that
Markella.
that he was in, it was the exact same area, the everything, the
Yeah, I know
road
you are.
construction, the road construction, the same house and everything that was in that area was identical, the exact same thing that she posted. So he would have had to been there.
Well, we can agree to disagree, because if he was there, the police would have actually had a four. They may have even had a roadblock looking for him, if they would have known for sure he was there, because when they're looking for a fugitive, that's what the hell that they do here. They'll block off roads and shit. They'll go all over town and shit looking for the person. So I don't know. But like
Maybe,
I
maybe
said, at
not.
this point, we can agree to disagree.
Right, because this happened
You
just
can
like
have your opinion, and I can
yeah,
have my
because
opinion. You know,
yeah,
and that way, you may be right, I may be right. Who knows? It's not that big. It's not really that not that serious to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not that
right.
serious because I think he's going to be picked up when God says he's going to be picked up. And it might just be a freak accident where they might just be driving somewhere and might get a flat tire, or something may happen, and then the cop pulls over, and then everybody gets ID'd, and then boom, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? It may just be something simple like that,
Mhm.
but it's going to happen. He can't stay on the run forever. And even with him using Matthew's driver's license, well, Matthew's locked up, so they're going to know right then that that dude is using, somebody's driver's license. And that's just going to get him in more trouble. You see what I mean? So I just, I just see it as like an act of God. I see it like an act of God. Like it's going to be an act of God. Like
They
somehow,
won't
some
accept,
way,
well,
it's
they
just going to
won't accept.
happen.
I was gonna say that they won't accept someone else's, if you're using someone else's driver's license under a different name. They won't like accept that. You
No,
have to have.
they'll give him charges. They'll give him charges for using someone else's driver's license. So
Okay,
he'll be charged for, because he does have Matthew's driver's license. He would be charged for identity theft
he needs to.
and
Yeah,
lying
he
to a police officer about who he is
agree.
and all of that stuff. So yeah. But I just feel like it's just going to be an act. Yeah, raindrop. Like everything happens for a reason when it's the right time, and it's sometimes when you don't even expect it. It could be something so simple that a tail light might be out, and the cop pulls him over. You know what I mean? It could be something so simple like that, and that's how sometimes they get caught.
I
And I've
don't
seen it
know.
happen. Nicolina said she's going to Marysville, Tennessee, right? And something was mentioned before a week or so ago. Tina said Ernie about spring over by him in Townsend, Tennessee.
Hmm.
Yeah, she
She
did
said.
talk about a spring over by him. She said, "Yeah, there's a spring over by you in Townsend." She did. You're right. Somebody said that what's her face gave him his actual driver's license. It was his actual driver's license instead of just an ID. But I could be wrong. I don't really know. Um, they're saying that he may be using it as a fake ID.
Hmm.
So I don't know though.
I think that if you're actually using someone as using a fake ID, I honestly think that they would have caught you, and you would have been charged automatically if they actually saw that. Like, because
No,
you
when
can't
they
really.
do, when they do catch him, he will have it on him and he will get in trouble. But until then, he's probably still using it. He's probably using it to get into homeless places. He's probably using it to get other things, like put hotels in Matthew's name, like all kinds of different things he could use his ID for.
Yeah, but then they're gonna ask you to show to show yourself. Like, they're gonna have to like identify you. They're gonna have to like look to see what you look like. They're gonna have to like identify what everything about the person. They can't just like go by what just by what the card says. Like they have to actually identify you and actually know that you're actually telling the truth. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, once they catch him, they will, even if he gives them a fake ID, they'll be able to figure that out quickly. And they will find out who he is. And then they'll take him to jail. Or if they can't figure out who he is and they feel like that he's lying to them, then they'll book him, put him in the car, take him down, and fingerprint his ass and find out who he is. They've done that a lot to people who lie about who they are. They've done that a lot. They'll book them, put them in a car, and take them and get them fingerprinted, and then it comes out who the hell you are. Yeah, I don't know how he's using it either. That's just what was said yesterday. I just go by what people say.
I don't go by what people say because no, I don't do that.
No, I'm pretty sure he has an ID for him. He hasn't worried about because they would only pick him up in those states. Well, now it's extraditable. They can pick him up anywhere. No, he don't look anything like Matthew. Nope. Nope. Yeah, it's not going to pass. Yeah, it would not pass. I'm talking he's probably using it to get like hotels. He's probably using it, for shit like that and, so that it's not in Ernie's name. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Which hotels a lot of times, I mean, if you just give them an ID or you say I booked this and you book it online or whatever and then you just show the ID, they don't even look a lot of times, especially in them one-star hotels, that type of shit. They just want the money. They don't give a shit. They got most fugitives there, you know what I mean? They house fugitives.
Ain't great if you don't have haters. A lot of them, they sit behind their keyboards. You see who's out in reality. You see who's out doing it.
But not you.
You ain't seen a damn thing yet. These people will never beat me. They'll never beat me. They'll never do anything. For the longest time, they make you people believe.
No, God's going to beat you. SDA, what do you mean? I put the video out. Read the comment section. It allegedly. What video you talking about, sweetheart? Yeah, he has to ride the bus or take an Uber because I think he's on a no-flight list. That's what Jimbo said. He's on a no-flight list, so there's no way he could take a plane. I'm kind of confused. I don't know. But yeah, Jimbo said he was on a no-flight list. Of Team Roseanne. Everybody seems to think that he has AIDS, so I don't know. I'm beginning to think he has AIDS. He's starting to look like it. Everyone is beating him. My 12-year-old is more productive. Right. I still don't know. That's extraditable to be 100. Yeah, if you look it up, you'll see it's extraditable. Both of his both of his charges are now extraditable. They did that like last week or the week before.
And lies. They manipulate you. And the whole time, past there. Just got to get on it. How is it that these people are, people bring them in, they have all these accusations and stuff, and some even married young, very, very young. They're pedophiles. They're pedos.
Stop calling people that, number one. That was your friend for 20-some years, even brought you in his house last year. You know for a fact he's not one. You just keep trying to say it to her to make people believe that shit. It's not true. That's not what the definition of one is, Ernie.
That way you want to say it? Think about it.
Even when I said it the other day, you finally shut your mouth about it because I said there's different, things here. It's all different. And when I said that, you said, well, I can't really call him that. That's right. Stop calling him that.
Did he actually say that?
Folks. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. The other day he was like, well, I won't be calling him a pedophile or whatever, but he did marry young. And then he went into bashing him again. And then here he is talking about it again, calling him it again, knowing damn well that that's not what one is.
I think soon enough that real
People
people
know.
will, real get the actual definition of one. But I already knew that he actually wasn't. So I mean, I even told this people, and then they wouldn't listen because if I speak up and say anything about it, then I'll be the one to blame and stuff like that. So it's just like so I just go along with whatever they say and whatever they think and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's that, whatever.
Yeah, but it's the way that he does it, though, sweetheart. Like, he's making it out to be like that's what Jimbo does today with kids, is what he's doing. That's how he's presenting it. And
True.
that's not it at all. And he's sick. For him to even think like that, is sick. When he was the one that was friends with him for all these years, 20
Exactly.
plus years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And just because Jimbo started outing him for what he was and what he really is, because Jimbo stopped, got tired of the lies and stuff, tired of him acting like he was somebody that he wasn't. And then Jimbo watched the trial with Shelby and then found out a lot more information. That's when Jimbo really started like turning his back on him. Yeah,
Exactly. I
20
agree.
some years he was friends. Like, how do you be friends with somebody 20 some years and then now you all of a sudden call him that? Shit, he ain't never stopped calling him and other pedos, which to me takes from the real meaning of pedo and what the victims have been through. Yeah, he don't give a shit though. It ain't about protecting the women, remember. It ain't about protecting the women. Jimbo isn't a pedo. He was young and dumb and made a mistake, and he's more than made up for that mistake. Exactly. Happiness is watch Zeke do his zombies. Oh, how cute. You would have to put that in back chat for me to get that video. I can't get that video. Did you hear what he told Audrey yesterday on D-Boss about having cancer when she straight up asked? Now he doesn't know because he cussed the doctor, signed an AMA, and left. Yeah, exactly. But he said it many times. He said it 2 or 3 times now that he didn't have it and he just needed surgery and he could live. So, you know, and that's another thing. Yes, he and his wife have been a beautiful family with a marriage of 30 plus years, something many will never have here. Exactly. I applaud them for going through all of that, Let me see if I can find what she's trying to show me. Hang on. Ern was indicted for felony charges by the Kentucky grand jury. Okay, you'll have to show me that in order for me to believe that because I don't know.
Who said that?
Follow the money. I don't know anything about that. Maybe that's why it's extraditable now. Maybe that's why it's extraditable because his felony charges, he got indicted, which you don't have to be there and you can still get indicted by a grand jury. Like if you don't show up and stuff like that, they can still indict you without you being there. He has changed it all around now. It was misunderstanding, blah blah blah. No motherfucker, you said you have stage 4 liver cancer, sick F. Yeah, exactly. Truth hurts. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, listening from the start. So they're saying that he was indicted for felony charges by a Kentucky grand jury, which if that's the case, then that may be why the warrant is now extraditable because he's been indicted. They found him guilty and they had a grand jury without him because they couldn't get him in court. So then in order to get him in court or in order to get him extradited, they had to have a jury to indict him on his charges. And then now it's extraditable. So that could be why it changed last week to extraditable. I wondered why that was changed because it used to not be extraditable. But I have heard that people do get indicted on felony charges by a grand jury without even being at the courthouse or anywhere. I have heard that. My great grandmother was 15 when she got married. My grandpa was 18, 100 years ago, different times. Yeah. And that's another thing I always say, if you're going to say shit, go to the parents. Stop saying shit about Jimbo. Then we got so many here, and with the actual cancer fighting for their lives, like sweet Miss Christine, my God, I'm praying she wins this battle and has a beautiful testimony for the Lord. Amen. That's right. That's exactly right. People fighting every day, every day. Um, Let me see if I can find that about what SDA just put up. She just put something up about Team Rose saying that he had called her and told her a while back that he had AIDS. So, um, Team Rose, okay, here it is. Hang on just one second. Now, Team Rose used to be with Ernie for a long time as well. So that's why I'm seeing what she had to say here. Because she used to be one of his main supporters. She's the one that bought that hat and then told him to keep it. I think she paid $500 on a raffle, which she wasn't even supposed to have on here. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
God. I'm not defending him. Why do you say I'm defending him? Anyway, I'm talking about the original guy. Well, at least he shows his face cracking. And you know what? He shows his real voice. And he also shows his real name. Actually, that's one thing about the old real Ernie that I liked. He's the only one. Everybody else has got a fake fucking name except for Maria G.
Okay, Tara, thank you.
And Leanie's real name is Leanie. Everybody uses a fake name, I mean, my name isn't Team Rose. But he's Ernie Shell. He's the only one who's like, I'm Ernie. I'm Ernie Shell. This is my name.
Oh, wow,
this
truth
is my
hurts.
family. This is what happened. He was traumatized as a child. I'm not defending him. I'm explaining what I know about him. I don't know what he did to Katie. Katie told me he said he was going to put her in jail. Obviously, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's just pissed
He also
off
said
that
he was.
she doesn't like him.
He also said he was going to bring out her juggler
everything.
vein.
He's nothing to offer anyone at this point. He's sick. He's homeless. I think he's sort of dying. Maybe I don't want to put that on him. I don't want to say that, but what? I'm not defending that. Would you not put words in my mouth? I literally didn't know that he said that. Ernie tied up a girl and told his brothers to run a train on her. What? I didn't know it. I didn't hear it, and I'm not defending it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that, that's aggressively actually acting.
This was
like
today
I'm
or
doing
yesterday.
something I'm
Rage
not
quit.
doing. Rose, Ernie tied a girl up. God.
You said what?
Stiggy.
I'm talking to Rage quit.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't hear it. I'll have to ask Katie. I mean, Katie was saying she was a 58-year-old woman, and I guess that was a joke because then in the last live, she said she was like 36, and she thought Karen was about her age, 36. And the truth is, Karen is possibly originally a short, older gay man who wasn't getting laid, and they offered to turn him into a woman as an experiment, and he did it because it was better than just being boring. And he's actually she is actually an intelligent. He was an intelligent man and is an intelligent trans woman. When you're going to be a woman, if you're going to change your sex and do trans something, then say you're trans. Say, I'm a trans person. I'm a trans man. I'm a trans woman. Don't say you're a biological woman. You're not biologically a woman or a man if you've had a sex change physically. You are a created. You're trans. You're a trans woman, and that's what people should say.
Exactly.
Yes, you did insult me. You said I was fat. I looked fat or something. I'm so triggered by not only essay, but the faux. What's the faux cancer story?
Thank you,
What's
Truth
the
Hurts.
faux cancer story? What? I haven't heard any of this. I don't know what you're. To me, he was afraid that he had AIDS, and he didn't want to admit it.
Bingo.
And he was looking for help, and he was desperate.
Okay, so Ernie used to be really close with Team Rose, and evidently he had contacted her 2 years ago or so when they were talking, and he told her that he was afraid he had AIDS and he needed to go figure out where he could fix it. So now she's coming out with it, saying that he had contacted her and was trying to figure out where to go to fix it, which I think you have to go to a blood specialist to fix it.
I heard the word stink.
No, he called her. See, we'll rewind it. He called her. He talked to her.
And this was 2 years ago?
Desperate.
He was desperate. See? It had to have been. That's when they used to be friends. He was desperate, she said.
He was desperate.
See? He was desperate. Desperate.
And he was desperate.
See?
AIDS. To me, he was afraid that he had AIDS, and he didn't want to admit it. And he was looking for help.
She said, to me, he was afraid he had AIDS. He didn't want to admit it, and he was looking for help, and he was desperate.
Well,
And
that
he was
doesn't mean that
desperate.
he didn't actually come
And he
out
was
and admit that
he
actually.
was worried that I think that I'm not sure, but it sounded like that he thought that he might be tested positive for HIV, and he was really worried about it. And I was like, well, I'm immune to HIV. I don't get HIV. And then when he heard that, he was like, oh, okay. If that's possible, then I have that. Then I'm immune to HIV. And I think he was like, all right, I'm just gonna be like, I'm immune to it. I can't get it. He was just like, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna believe. You know, that's what I want to be true. I think, you know. And I actually did a healing on him back then. So, you know, he was very sad. You know, he was worried that he was. I think he tested positive. He tested positive for something bad. Maybe there was another, but I know that he was worried about his health, and he was very worried about it. And this was a while back, and he was like, I need help. This is before this story. You guys think I know something I'm not? I don't even know.
Okay, so that was the end of that. So she says that he was so it had to have been 2 years ago, because that's when they were talking, and Team Rose used to give him money and send him supplements. And she was like, he was telling her that he possibly had AIDS. I guess he tested positive for something, is what she said. I'm thinking, I guess he tested positive for something, an STD or something, and that he was trying to, or he told her, and he was desperate that he had AIDS. Yeah, she would send money to him as well.
I don't think that he could have AIDS for 2 years and still be alive. I don't think that, because when you have AIDS,
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can have AIDS for 10 years and still be alive. Oh, yeah. It's just when it finally comes up on you and it starts shutting your your vital organs down, that's when you start losing the weight and stuff like that, because it starts attacking your vital organs like your liver and things like that. But you can live with AIDS for 10 to 20 years. You can look it up. You can live with that. But once the virus actually activates in your body and becomes full blown AIDS, that's when you can't live with it. And evidently, from what Team Rose is saying, is that he tested positive for HIV, but then it went into full blown AIDS. See, HIV is different. HIV means you're carrying the virus. And that's what she was talking about. She was like, he said, "Oh, yeah, maybe I'm just carrying the virus. It's not a big deal." Right. But then when it turns into full blown AIDS, that's when you have the problem. And that's when you start losing the weight. That's when you start getting sick. That's when, organs turn down. It weakens your immune system. It gives you pneumonia. It, it'll start shutting down your liver. Like, but you have to be on certain medication to keep, because there's people that live with AIDS every day, and they're on this real expensive medication and stuff to keep them, going, um, and things like that. He also kept talking today and yesterday about clinical trials, which would make sense with the place he was at when he was saying he was at a compound. Yeah, who knows? He may be at a whole facility for AIDS, and we just don't even know. What he is saying, he tested positive and went back to get treatment. Never went back to get treatment, right? So he tested positive for the HIV. Then Rose said, "Well, people can live with it, and sometimes when you just got HIV, it's not that big of a deal." So then he said, "Well, I'm going to put it in my mind it's not that big of a deal." And then she said, "I sent him herbs and stuff and all of that, but he was very concerned and all of that, and that he was desperate." So I think that when people are saying that he has AIDS and stuff, I looked at him the other day, and that's what I thought. I thought this can't be Hep C, because he's wilting away too fast. Like the weight loss and stuff like that is more kind of like with AIDS.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it
it,
depends on if the AIDS hits you. See, you can have HIV and you can live, but if it turns into AIDS, yeah, that's when you're in trouble. So she said, "I knew a guy that had HIV, lived for years, but then AIDS hit him and he didn't live a year after. That, yep, it shuts everything down. It takes over. And there's nothing you can do at that point. They have so many new meds now. If the idiot would actually go get the help he needs." Right. Yeah. "Okay, here's some basil for your AIDS. That'll help." Yeah, I don't know. Um, yes, Magic Johnson had AIDS for what, the last 20, 30 years, and he's lived. And didn't he have actual AIDS instead of like HIV? And he's still alive today. And I don't know if he got the cure or what happened. I don't know. But so this gives us a little bit more of an idea with what Team Rose just said. And I'm going to replay it again and let everybody hear it, because this is kind of important. Like, this is what people have been wanting to know.
He was afraid that he had AIDS and he didn't want to admit it. And he was looking for help and he was desperate. And he was worried that I think that I'm not sure, but it sounded like that he thought that he might be tested positive for HIV, and he was really worried about it. And I was like, "Well, I'm immune to HIV. I don't get HIV." And then when he heard that, he was like, "Oh, okay. If that's possible, then I have that. Then I'm immune to HIV." And I think he was like, "All right, I'm just gonna be like, I'm immune to it. I can't get it." And he was just like, "That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna believe." You know. That's what I want to be true. I think, you know. And I actually did a healing on him back then. So, you know, he was very sad. You know, he was worried that he was. I think he tested positive. He tested positive for something bad. Maybe there was another thing. Maybe there was an ST. I don't know. I didn't see any blood tests, but I know that he was worried about his health, and he was very worried about it. And this was a while back, and he was like, "I need help." This is before this story. You guys think I know something I don't even know.
Okay, so let's
She used
talk
the
about
word
that for a minute. Someone had asked for a link. Who was it that asked for a link? Tara, did you ask for a link? Was it you, Tara? I'm just now back on my page here where I can see all the
all right.
comments
She
here.
used the words I think he made, you know, she used the word I think, which means that she was not really for sure, but she said that she made it think that he may have had something, but she doesn't actually know what it is.
Well, actually, what she said
So
was the truth, and then she backtracked the truth, is what she did. I'll play it again for you. She said the truth, and then she backtracked the truth. He said that he tested positive for AIDS. And then she goes, well, I think, and I told him that I'm immune to it. And he said, okay, I'm immune to it too. And then she's like, so I think that's what it was, you know. Now it could have been something else. No, you don't just come out the first time and say the truth and then backtrack your shit. That's stupid. And that's exactly what she did.
She may have corrected herself because she did not actually know. That's why she used the word think.
Well, she did say that she didn't see the test, but that he was very concerned and he was desperate. And she said AIDS right off the top of her mouth. AIDS. And then she said she did a healing for him. I don't know what healing she did, but she said she did a healing for him.
Yeah, but
either way,
we can't.
Does this not go with what people are trying to say right now? That he looks like that he's got an immune disorder, and that he looks like that he may have that, and that he's not going and getting the help that he needs. And the reason and she said he wouldn't tell nobody about it, that's because that gay for pay comes in, and he don't want people to really know that he was really gay. I don't think nobody's immune to it either, Ray. I don't think anybody's immune to it.
He is not. Well, he wasn't. Never mind. He wasn't necessarily like me. He had a son. And he was married at one point. I mean, so he's not. I wouldn't technically say he was not, like, he's not necessarily gay, but if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, he cheated on her with Eric Rush, the mental patient that was a guy.
Well, we don't actually know. We don't actually know that for sure. She could have just, walked out on him once she found out who he
No,
actually
he
was.
got fired for it. He got fired for it, and she filed divorce on him. We do know that. That's already been brought out. That was brought out 3 years ago when he got here. And he did, and like I said, if you go back and you watch just the parts of Ernie being on the stand where he was on all of these gay for pay websites, then you would see that all his pictures and what he said he liked and what he liked to do, and
He said
then he was with Phil last year or the year before, and that's when he would come out and do highway runs and stuff because he was, I don't know if he was drugged or what the hell went on with him and Phil, but I think Jimbo contacted Phil and found out that, yeah, they were having, a gay relationship. And then he just uses the money that women give him and makes him think that he's not gay.
I'm not
But
saying
he
that
had to use a penis pump to have sex with the girls he had sex with. That's a fact. What Truth Her say? She said, Oh, but he is gay and loves men. When he has his runs, he ends up in risky gay areas of town, or with Eric Rush, who was the patient he got fired for doing at work. Exact. That's the truth. That's what I was just saying. Truth hurts. And this was before Pink Bow even came around. She don't know none of this. She don't know none of this. Yeah, he had to use a penis pump with Asia, and he had to use one with China, and China is the one that came out and talked about it. Um, the grand jury indictment was quite a while ago. He failed to show up at court date after GJ indictment. You can look, as I did, online for GJ indictments in Kentucky. Oh, grand jury indictments. Okay, I was wondering what GJ was. Grand jury indictments. Okay, so if you, I don't know much about the law and stuff. So if you don't show up for a long amount of time and you're on the run, then they go ahead and get a grand jury that indicts you. Is that so that they can come after you? Is that what that is? Follow the money? Because I don't know. Anybody else know about grand juries and stuff like that? Anybody else know? Yeah, Phil would beat Ernie. Okay, this is another thing, Pink, you didn't know about. Phil beat Ern's butt and caused a highway run, and Ern couldn't sit down when he got tased. Right, because he was, yeah. Mm-hmm. They did like BDSM stuff and stuff like that. Then they talked about the stretcher as well, an anal stretcher that he had in his stuff. Um, and everything we're saying right now is all true, Pink. It's all true. Some videos may still be on there, but some videos may not.
Well,
Let's see here.
did these people actually come out and actually say that he's actually done this stuff to them?
Yeah, Jimbo talked to Phil. And Eric Rush, I believe Jimbo talked to Eric Rush, and he got fired from that mental ward because he was having sex with Eric Rush. And then his
Interesting.
wife divorced him. His wife divorced him and said, "Stay away from my son," and took the son and left. Has had nothing to do with him since. He ain't seen his son since his son was a baby, since a little boy.
Makes sense.
Yeah. L. Kennedy says, and he was talking to Rose, and she was helping him, what, like within 6 months ago? So who knows when they had this combo? Right. Yeah, she said it's been a long time ago. I can only think of like about 2 years ago when she was talking to him all the time. Yeah, he left a bag of toys in one of the things. He left a bag of toys in one of the vehicles, and Jimbo had to go get it, and it had a bunch of gross shit in it. Anal stretchers, dildos, like disgusting shit. Thank you, Cheshire Cat, for gifting one member. Now we got a new Days fan. I don't know who they are, but thank you so much, Cheshire. I don't know who they are. Anybody see who our new fan is? Is it who's our new fan? Who is our new fan? Is it Raindrop? Is Raindrop our new friend? Our new fan? Raindrop. Congratulations, Raindrop, as being a Days fan. Yes, thank you, Cheshire Cat. Yeah, this is the stuff that I've been trying to tell you a little bit about, Pink, that you probably don't know about. But all of this was brought out like 2 years or so ago about him. And the girls, when they would try to have sex with him, they couldn't because his penis didn't work. Yeah, where he was arrested in New York was also a gay place, and he was also taking video of two people engaging in sexual act and that were the same sex. And he sent it to the girl he was staying at her house, and she kicked him out. And we've said this for a long time that Jamie or Tara, did you want a link, honey?
I always,
Because
I
when
was like, well, I always said that, it's not, it doesn't matter the size, it's how you use it.
Well, that's true, but he can't even get it hard with a woman. That's the problem. He has to use a pump to get it hard with the woman. And then he, back in trial 8 years ago, that's when the FBI and the prosecuting attorney got his laptop and saw that he was doing gay for pay. Saw all his messages and everything, like a lot. SDA, can you drop your link, babe? There's Tara. She wanted to talk to us about something.
Yes, and Lord God, it was about Ernie.
All right, what's up, Tara?
Give me a minute to let me think of it again, Betty. It was something I was going to tell you guys. Hush. And for the life of me, I can't think. I lost it. That's why I didn't jump up there.
Okay, was it about him having AIDS? Was it about him being with men?
AIDS.
Was it about...
It was about him having AIDS. That's what it was. It was AIDS. Because when Ernie, oh God, I'm trying to remember which woman it was. He heard Victoria early coughing, and now he don't know how to act.
Oh.
Hush, she's gone to bed. Yes, she has. She's gone to bed. Hush. Little snot. Who was it? He was living with some girl, and they were living together. They were together. Damn.
They already did. Nicolina's done a panel with or an interview with China, and other people have done interviews with China.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't China
she
though. There was
said it.
one before China. What was her name? Was it Lauren? Lori? Laura?
There was a couple of them that he was going bouncing back around, and I can't remember their names now because they left. They left the whole YouTube.
But one of them, didn't she go get tested and she was going to come back and tell us the results?
And
But she
yeah,
never came back?
That's Asia. She never came back.
Yeah, she never came back. Okay, but isn't it true that she told someone she had HIV from him? That's the one
No,
I'm thinking of.
No, she said she was going to go get tested, but
Mhm.
she never came back and told the results. She never came back. She's just gone.
Oh, okay. So she never came back and told somebody in Rap's group that she had HIV. That was hearsay.
I think that was hearsay because she had talked to me. She was very, very worried. And she said, I'm going to get checked. And then boom, she was gone. I think that pregnant thing was all a joke. I don't think that was ever true. But she never came back.
That's right. There was somebody was supposed to be pregnant by him too, right? That was her, right?
Yeah, it was her, but she wasn't pregnant. But she never came back though, so I don't know what happened because she said she would come back and let us know the results so that people could know. And she never came back.
I said that I listened to Ernie for a few minutes earlier today when Karen was up on his panel. And I listened to him bully or try to bully her and harass her, and the things he said to her, they were horrible. He said that he didn't want to dox her because of soldier's honor. There's not an honorable bone in Ernie's body. So I don't believe that
Right.
at all. I believe he thought he was going to scare Karen into thinking something, and he didn't. And it's kind of like this. Here again, somebody else. Me and Karen ain't super close. We don't get along that great. But I do try to be
Right.
nice. If she can be nice, I can be nice. Just like I told her that day on your panel. Ernie needs to quit putting out false information about people in the military about women he knows nothing about. Zeke, hush! There's just too much stuff that he's lying
Mm-hmm.
about. What he did to Karen today was disgusting, in my opinion. It was about as low as you can go. Doesn't matter why Karen got out of the military. Doesn't matter about the Trump support, the transgenders, all the BS that went along with that. What her rank was, none of that's his business.
No.
It's like, it's like it's none of his business how Karen paid for that surgery. I
Well,
think
she
the
actually
last,
paid out of pocket. She paid out of pocket, and she actually retired before she started her transition, and she told that a long time ago when she came to YouTube. So he don't care though. He'll dox anyone, and he didn't have the information there, but he'll probably come back and dox her in a few days when he gets mad at her. That's just him.
well, he really kind of just like needs to leave her alone. He needs to leave a lot of them alone. He is really, I have shot my mouth off quite a bit the last few days. I am so sick of Tina and Ernie and the lies and Lori and all the lies they just constantly are telling on people. It doesn't make any sense.
Yep. None of it does, and it's not. And I don't think he's going to stop. I think he's going to continue on until his last dying day,
I
whenever
think
that
he's
is.
dying. I think he's dying. I really do.
I think he has the AIDS now, like people kept saying. Because at first I thought it was hepatitis C,
I think that
and
is.
then when Team Rose said what she said, it sounded he was desperate to figure out how to get away
Mm-hmm.
from it or whatever, you know.
And that was something else
Um,
I was going to tell you. I vaguely remember back during that time, because we were all at Raps back then, but I do vaguely remember him trying to find, and I'm not going to call her Tina Tooth because that's disgusting. Um, Tina Simile looking for cures for him, for stuff. That
yeah,
was,
I kind of remember that vaguely
don't you
as
remember
well,
that?
and yeah, and he went and stayed with her, and then whenever he
Yes.
would leave, he would get worse. He would get worse every time he stayed with her. He
Maybe
would
she
get
needs something.
worse.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to take anything out the ground somebody pulls out. I'm Native American. I still ain't taking shit out the ground I don't know about. So
Right?
maybe he was taking the wrong stuff. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Team Rose is here. She says, "Hi. It wasn't 2 years ago that he was worried about a possible HIV positive test. Not 2 years ago. Not 2 years ago. Um, we have been friends still. Um, he was feeling like he was dying. He also was afraid he had a blood disease. Right. Same thing. Okay. Um, was that just recently? He was afraid to tell anyone that he was HIV positive, I'm guessing.
You see, when he talks about
That's
he had a
that's what
blood
I thought.
disease,
That's what I thought, Team Rose. That's what I thought too. And that's what I thought that he was trying to say. Because he was also afraid he had a blood disease, which is the same thing as, HIV.
yeah, I said it's
Um,
HIV, isn't it?
yeah, and then she said, he told me that a friend was worried he was HIV positive, and I assured him he was talking about himself. And I assumed, okay, he told me that a friend was worried he was HIV positive, and I assumed he was talking about himself. I get what you're saying now, Team Rose. Okay. I
Well,
get what
isn't
you're
it
saying now.
possible? I don't know nothing about this because I don't have
Because a lot of
HIV.
times when people will say, hey, my friend has such and such, a lot of times they're talking about themselves
Pills.
and they're trying to get help, but they don't want to say it's them. I told
Well,
him
what
I
about all
have
that
Rh
medicine?
negative blood and Rh negatives are immune to HIV. So he decided he too was Rh negative and was immune to HIV, and he was relieved.
Team Rose,
Um,
his blood type is zero. It's zero. He's type O blood.
yeah, the hemophilia scare was way before the HIV test.
Okay, but if
Mm,
he has
okay.
HIV, why is he not taking the medicine that the preps pills that get it down to where it's undetectable in your system? Because I see commercials for all kinds of medicine now that they have for that.
Yeah, I see a lot too. She also says here he might have also tested positive for an STD, but I'm just guessing based on hints he gave. And she said, we still talk. It wasn't 2 years ago, it was recent. Well,
Yeah, I thought
thank
it was.
you for updating on that so that we, get the real gist of it and everything because we had no idea. She says, I gave him a little money to buy dinner occasionally, not that much. No, you bought the hat and then you just said for him to keep it when he raffled it off, is what I knew about. And you can live a fully long life with HIV positive test. Yes, but you can't once it turns into AIDS, is what we were talking
Right.
about.
You have to get the, and who's paying for that? That medicine's expensive. So who would pay for that? Because, see, somebody was telling me the other day that MAGA still has insurance on him.
Yeah, he said that she did. The human body is always in a state of healing. Exactly. Yeah, Magic Johnson lived through it, but he got all that medication and stuff. There's also
Right.
a few other people I know that got HIV and they're still doing just fine, but it hasn't busted out into full blown AIDS. So that makes a difference too.
Well, Magic Johnson's got that medicine that makes it undetectable in his system. Because if you remember, Betty, I'm going to get you, when he first came out with the fact that he was undetectable, he swore up and down that God had cleared him, that God had cured him. I mean, I'm sorry.
It was
Because they could,
probably the medication that
well, they
he was
couldn't,
able to get
yeah,
his hands on.
well, they couldn't detect it in his system anymore. And
Mhm.
he was claiming that God had cured him. Wasn't about maybe 2 years later, that medication they say they take now, you can't detect it. I
Mhm.
think Magic Johnson probably got a hold of that medicine before when it was in like the trial states, maybe. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
God, God, don't get me wrong, because I believe you can heal anybody you want to. I know you can.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
but the way it happened with him, I often wondered if he wasn't in that trial because he just came back all of
Yeah,
a sudden
that's yeah, there's
completely
when
negative.
you got money like that, Tara, you can
Yes.
you can pay for those big drugs. You can pay for those things. Just like there's a cure for Hep C. If you go to prison, they give it to you, but out on the streets they won't unless you've got that big money. Let's read what Team Rose has to say. He's been suggesting he's had a bad blood disease for maybe 2 years. The HIV text thing was more recent. Okay.
Team Rose,
Um, he
honey, I
also
know.
doesn't
Mm-mm.
believe in any medication. He likes to heal naturally. He is also scared shitless about his health.
Team Rose, I'm gonna go back and look, honey. I'm not saying you're wrong. I may be wrong. I'm not saying which one of us, and you may be completely right. But I would have sworn it has been longer than 2 years ago that there was some conversation about Ernie having AIDS or
Well,
HIV, not
people
AIDS,
said that, yeah,
HIV.
people said that years ago, but that doesn't mean that her conversation wasn't years ago.
No, no, no. Woman, what I mean is though, didn't he say he did years? There was something that was said years ago
No, they
that
kept
led
saying
us
he
to
had
believe.
Hep C because of Eric Rush.
Okay. Okay.
It was Hep C, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so Team Rose says he's still desperate as anyone would be who is sick and homeless.
Team Rose, if he would not lie, I mean, I know he's your friend, so I'm not gonna try to be ugly, but the lying, the conning, some of the other things he's done, Ernie could have had a home. He could have had medicine. He could have had the world with MAGA. And
Mhm.
even if not MAGA, somebody else. He
Mhm.
chose not to do that. He chose to put himself in a situation where he can bum and scam and roam the country and do whatever he wants to do. And it's real hard to feel sorry for somebody who does that when you know it doesn't have to be that way. They could have had better.
And also, Team Rose, I want you to go watch the video if you don't
Hell, I'm terrible
mind
with money.
that we did on him about him saying that he actually tied up girls and let them get trains ran on them, and
Yeah.
one was never found again. Um, if you look back through my videos, you'll see it. It says at Lightning Tiger something. I don't remember exactly, but you'll see where at the top of it, it says at Lightning Tiger, what did you do? Or something like that.
But he also says in one of those videos, and Betty, you might know which one it was, when he said, "Yeah, I am a killer," but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, he called himself a killer inside. Yeah.
And didn't he say something? And I may have misunderstood it, but something kind of he said that led to, excuse me, it led to the fact that maybe he did kill somebody.
Yes, he
Or
said that many times. He said that he shot people in the head. He said that he pushed a boy off a cliff, or his brother pushed a boy off a cliff, a young kid. He said all kinds of things throughout these last 3 years. That he went in the tunnels and killed people to protect children and get them out of, you know, being with the ex traffickers and all this stuff. Yeah, yeah.
I just
You know, I
have a real
find
hard time believing all that. I'm sorry, I do. One thing, if you're running around killing traffickers and you're going in tunnels, the federal government's got your number. They know who you are. They know where you are. They know what you're doing.
Well,
You
he
never
wasn't
went
going
in,
in
right?
tunnels. He wasn't going in tunnels. And yeah, she's always been aggressive. She came here to take him down. So that's what Nicolina came here for. Who
Oh
was
yeah.
the trailer park woman yelling that he was messaging her underage daughter?
Oh
Okay,
yeah. Who
Lolly,
was
that
that?
was a girl that he dated over over 15 years ago, and he messaged her daughter and said that your mom's a whore because she was sleeping with that guy that was there that he had a fight with.
But won't he messing with the underage girl then? Or was the girl 18?
No, he texted the girl and said your mom's a whore.
Okay, so the fight wasn't about the girl at all. It was about the mom.
Right, and her saying, "Don't ever talk to my daughter again and tell my
Yeah.
daughter, text my daughter shit like that."
Okay, see, I heard all that part, but I didn't know the part about the whore.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he texted and said your mom's a whore. So, yeah,
Ernie,
I fell asleep during it. I fell asleep during it, so I didn't see it all. We're going over what
17.
he did yesterday. Um,
Ernie, please, you've got to stop.
but I agree, with all the stuff that he's done, he needs to go and do his time and get that done. And if he does have any kind of blood infections, they would be able to help him a lot better than the streets will.
Well, now that's true in the hospital. He would get medical care, buddy.
Yeah, they would help him. They would put him right in medical. He would be right
Yep.
in medical. Right. I've seen no actual test, but it's what was suggested by him, and I filled in the blanks. Right.
Oh,
Yeah. And the way he's looking right now, it's almost like it's turned into full blown AIDS, not just the HIV part. I did an energy
well,
healing, something I've been doing for years to heal myself, friends, and family. Yeah, that's what
well,
I had listened to, that you did a healing on him. And but you need to go and write, or you need to go and listen to what he did. Now he's trying to say it was back in his college days, but he was never in college. And then her name was Kayla, and he made a video last year or the year before. What happened to Kayla? She didn't die from the C virus. We know she didn't die from the C virus. I bet you 100% she didn't die from the C virus. Let's talk about the Kayla people. So you just need to
the
go and
video
look
was
at that.
that announcement in December of 2023.
Yeah, but we're talking about the one in the gray shirt on him talking was 2 years ago, October of 2021, and she
yeah, it was
died
horrible.
September.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was
You're talking
fresh on
about that.
his mind.
Oh, you're talking
And
about that
then,
video. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was fresh on his mind. And then after that, he went live on Mammoth's panel and started talking all that smack he did. So, anyways, that's kind of how it went down for all of that. And instead of
But
hiding and running and stuff like that, his best bet if he wants to survive at all, he should turn himself in and he should go to the medical place of it and let them heal him. Let them give him, the treatments or whatever they have for it and see how that works out. Because it doesn't look like to me they would not put him into population. He would
They
definitely be
won't.
in the medical care.
Yeah, if he has something that's highly contagious, something that he can give other people, or something that's deadly, they won't put him in
Yeah.
G-pop. No, he won't go to
Mm-mm.
G-pop. He'll go either to the hospital medical field. That's what do you read? Blah, 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 blah. I'm getting ahead of myself. He will go into the hospital jail, or he will go into solitary in like a small room with the hospital kind of set up. But if you're contagious, you don't go to G-pop. They're not gonna let you in. So you're going to go to the hospital. That's for, and they may
Right.
keep you there the
And
duration
Al
of your
Kennedy's
sentence.
right. If he turns himself in, they might even go lighter on his sentence because he's sick, and they would definitely give him the help. No, he'll be in medical, no matter
Yeah.
what. He won't be just in a he won't be by him. No, he will be in medical. He won't be by himself at all, and they can't let him out there.
No, he's not going to go into G-pop. That's a guarantee. He's
Oh
going to
yeah,
be in
that
some
was
type
real.
of, yeah,
China
there's going
talked
to be some
about
type
it.
of
She did an
medical.
interview. Hang on just a second, Tara. Yeah, China talked about it. She did an interview that he did use a penis pump, and then he came out and admitted he did. And he said some men have to use a penis pump. It's not that big of a deal.
No, that was real. Ernie found a bunch
Yeah,
of them in a suitcase on his property.
Jimbo did. Jimbo
Jimbo
did.
did. I said Ernie didn't. It was Jimbo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jimbo.
Jimbo found all
And
kinds
it
of
was
weird
found in a
things in there.
car. It was found in the car he was renting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did a funny comedy routine monologue about the penis pump, but it was all true.
Mm.
No, it was true.
Hmm.
He said it was true. He goes, I
I
don't
don't think he's ever
care.
tried to, yeah.
He said, I don't care. So I use a penis pump. Pump that baby right on up.
I don't
It
think he's
wasn't our
ever tried to
business.
deny
She's
it.
the one that China's the one that came out with it.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever tried to deny it after that.
No, he
But he
didn't
said,
deny it. He said
yeah,
he did it. Yeah, he said
yeah.
he used one. Yeah, yeah. And I do think he's gay. Because of the fact that he has to use a penis pump to have sex with women, and he had gay for pay all over that stuff in the trial. He was always looking for men all the time.
But what about the gay for pay video on YouTube? Did you ever see that?
I think that one was made up. The
Where he
one
was
that's
wearing the
not, the
maid?
one that's real, the
Uh
one
huh.
that's actual real is in the trial, and they pull up his laptop and they show everything. Everything.
Okay, so it's not where he's dancing in a maid's outfit.
Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's real.
Oh, okay. I always wonder because he looked kind of young in that video.
He always looked young until here recently,
Yeah,
actually.
but
And yeah, they're saying he raped Eric from what I heard, and then gave Eric Hep C. But then I heard they were lovers. Then I seen text messages between the two of them, and it was just crazy, you know. No, it doesn't matter. But the point is that he won't even say that he's gay. He won't even say that he's gay. So
he
I
says
don't
he's
know.
not.
He
I don't.
just did gay for paying.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not gonna. I kind of agree with. I actually agree with Team Rose. Like he doesn't necessarily have to come out and say that he is because it's really nobody's business. I mean, I agree with her that it really doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. I agree with Pink and Rose on that. But my son's bisexual, and he tried to hide it from me for a long time. I guess he thought I'd be upset about it. And I just finally told him one day, I know that you're bisexual. I don't know why you're trying to hide it from me. And he's like, you're
Yeah,
not
it doesn't
upset?
matter. The
He's like,
thing that
no, I'm not
matters is this
upset.
right here. This right here is what matters. He will lose his money from the ladies who think that they can have a chance with him. That's what matters. That's
Yeah,
why
I
he
mean,
won't say
but
it.
still, it's just like my son. He was worried to death that I was going to be upset with him. I wasn't upset with him. What was the purpose of being upset with him? We are what we are. Would I like him to get married and have grandchildren? Sure. But that's not what he wants. He's got a big time career, and, like I said, he's homosexual or
Right, and
bisexual.
this is true
He's
what Logie,
bisexual.
what Lolly is saying. He can be gay, but not set up and set up grape of women, lie about cancer and steal valors. Exactly.
Exactly. You're
There's a
absolutely right.
lot that this dude says he's done that he's never done in his entire life, ever. Yeah, he hides it
Betty,
because he don't want to lose his supporters who they think might have a chance with him.
Betty, that's
Oh
pathetic.
no, he came out and said it. Okay, I will show you. I will show you. Hold on.
Okay. But it's still sad and pathetic. I mean, like I said, I'll use my kid because he's my kid. With all these master's degrees and bachelor's and PhDs and working for one of the states. I'm not going to say which one, obviously, on here. But that doesn't, him being bisexual doesn't defy who he is or what he's accomplished in his life. And I don't know why Ernie doesn't understand that.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with that. But it does have to do with when he said that what was it? When he's trying to get money from women and making himself, I need a girlfriend, I need a girlfriend, I need a girlfriend. But here's the video where he claims to have cancer, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta share it. It's absolutely crazy. Pisses me off. Where was it?
I mean, I know the camera is. No, Sarah, I couldn't see Sarah saying it was technical difficulties or something. I used to be really nice looking, but I'm not that now, guys. I'm not the person that I once was. I mean, I'm not. Look at all that. I don't have the arms I've had. Look at that. You can tell. It's gone. It don't matter whether I'm loved or needed, guys. But you can see where the muscle was there. Strength. It's not there now. It's gone. It's all gone. My body is done. You can
2
see
weeks ago it was done.
everything you need to see on it.
2 weeks ago.
Nothing but bone. I mean, I have to understand that. I'm nothing literally but bones. Literally, that's all I am is bones. Just a little bit of skin and bone. That's it. And I don't have nothing up here. You could, if I push down, you can see the indentions in my shoulder up there. Look at that. Right there. Bone pain killing me. It is. I'm in a lot of pain. I ain't in as much pain as I was. The new meds is helping. I mean, if you go to my community post, guys, I'm not asking for money. I'm just asking until I get money up, until I get some paydays up under me to help me drink the nutritional drink and the weight gainers. I mean, I'm not asking nothing. No, I'm not asking money. I don't want money. I'm having an address, and I'll be able to do things. And that's the thing else too. I was prescribed pain meds, but I'm not taking no pain meds, and that's why I don't want to get hooked. I don't. Everybody says I'm a druggie, I'm a drug addict, and I'm not. I'm not a drug addict. I feel if I took pain medication and pain meds and all that, hell, the doctor even asked me if I smoke marijuana. I don't take nothing. I never have. Even when I broke my arms and stuff, I never took pain medicine. I wouldn't do it because I was afraid I'd get hooked. But then You know, if everybody already says, hey, you're on drugs, you're doing this, you're that, everybody thinks I'm on drugs. I don't have no, look at that. I don't have no track marks, no needle marks, no nothing. I got skinny arm that you can see every single one of my veins, but I don't have nothing in my arms. I don't want to make it it's all
You know what timestamp this was that he said he had cancer? I can't remember. Was it right here before he even started?
It's, I mean, it ain't.
I want to see between his toes and underneath his toenails.
My body's tiny, but hell, guys, I mean, that's Sam Maria. No, Sarah, I couldn't see Sarah saying it was technical difficulty. I used to be really nice looking, but
Where is it that he said he had cancer?
let me just say this. I've got some of the greatest insurance. This job releases some of the greatest insurance. I did have to pay, well, I did, a friend of mine did. To get my prescription, I had to pay a little bit, but or he did actually. I didn't have to. I went back. We had to, I know White Rabbit. If these meds don't work, I mean, I'm going to give it my.
It's stuck.
Serious infections in lower classes don't fatal. Cancers including lymphoma in the skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occur. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased.
Where does he say it at? Right now it's stuck.
And it's chocolate. I don't look. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for that. I've got to do what I got to do. I've got things.
She says he was having problems with his connection. Was it back here?
Baby pop, bitch. Yes, precious spirits, grim reapers. I got some. Thank you, appreciate that. It means a lot. Um, I've had some things like I've had some chicken nuggets. You know, I think you already know what I got. I don't have no makeup. This is me. There's no makeup on me. None whatsoever. There's no makeup. It's called working and being out in the sun. And see ya. I can't believe you would do that. But that's just who you are. I can't wait to bust your asses. I will defeat this. I will defeat it.
You eat your chicken.
No, I don't screw up. I'm dark skinned. And you're done. You're done. Man, that's fucked up. You're so dumb. Can't believe you all would do that. You know, it is what it is. That's how it's, I guess. I hurt. I'm in pain. Not as much pain as I was, but in the night times, it's worse. It's a lot worse in the night time. I can't do certain things that I know I can do, and it affects me. I mean, you can see there's no filters. It's me, my hand, what forearms I used to have. I used to have huge forearms, killing me.
Okay,
I
did he
have,
say
guys.
it?
I have it. I mean, I didn't. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows. I mean, I don't have to just give you a diagnosis. That's not people sure about, so they can run back and do content on it. It's already. It's done what it's going to do. It's. I mean, it's doing it. It's killing me. It's killing me.
So that's what he told the people on YouTube, is that he had liver cancer. I hope that you heard that, Team Rose, because that's what he said, and he deleted this live. So I'm going to play it again for you right there.
It's already. Forearms I used to have. I used to have huge forearms, killing me. I have, guys. I have it. I mean, I didn't. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows. I mean, I don't have to just give you a diagnosis. That's all people care about, so they can run back and do content on it. I have cancer. I have liver cancer, and it's already progressed. It's already. It's already. It's done what it's going to do. It's. I mean, it's doing it. It's killing me. It's killing me. Um, there's like a, and it's already progressed. It's already killing me. Guys, I have it. I mean, I didn't. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows. I mean, I don't have to just give you a diagnosis. That's all people care about, so they can run back and do content. I have cancer. I have liver cancer, and it's already progressed. It's already. It's already. It's done what it's going to do. It's. I mean, it's doing it. It's killing me. It's killing me. Um, there's like a 15, 16% chance of survival rate, guys. And the doctor did already tell me, you know. So I knew I had it. I mean, I knew it was going to be something cancerous, killed the whole family.
Okay, so he said the doctor already told him, okay? Instead of coming out and saying, I have full-blown AIDS, like Team Rose is saying that he hinted to, he came out and said he had liver cancer.
He is the biggest liar. We're waiting right now for the test results to find out if the nodules on my sister's liver is cancer. You know, 3.5 years ago, she had ovarian cancer, and they
Right.
thought she had rectal cancer. So now we're waiting to see if she's got liver
Mm.
cancer. Ernie Shell, for you to lie about that, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really are. I know personally, I'm waiting to find out what the spot on my lung is. People like you don't bother me. It doesn't affect me, but it affects a lot of people.
Right.
And you need to be
It
ashamed of
affects me. I
yourself.
want to know. Yep.
I mean, if I have
Yep.
lung cancer, I would tell you, Betty, but I wouldn't go about
Yeah.
it the way Ernie's doing it.
Right.
You know, if my sister has liver cancer, then we'll do what needs to be done. But you don't run around on the internet lying about it, and you sure as hell don't run around on the internet asking for money.
Right. So
I
what do
want
you
to
think
pay.
about that, Team Rose? What do you think about what you just heard him say and then how he was worried a couple of weeks ago about having AIDS? What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Who's he giving his
Who-
money to?
Yeah, who does he give his money to? Because all the women say that they pay for everything when he comes there.
Yeah, I don't understand that, Rose.
It's not his money, it's all the women's money, all the people that supported him. He's never had his own money.
No.
But I mean, that's what's going on right now. He told you one thing, he told us another thing. Um, and that's why we're all just so angry because if the doctor did tell him, "Hey, Ernie, you have full blown AIDS, blah blah blah," you know, uh, your everything's shutting down, and he didn't want to say that. He could have said, uh, something else, but not cancer.
Yeah.
Or he could have said, "I'm just not going to tell you."
Yeah. As somebody who's lived their life and exposed everything on the internet, truthful and non truthful, I don't understand why now it would be such a big ordeal to come out and say I have AIDS or I have, you know, hepatitis or whatever. Why lie about it now? You've shown
Right.
it, your business all over the internet for as long as I can remember. I mean, I
Well,
remember,
it's not just Nick though. It's the things that he says that puts himself in those places. Like he says that he went in there and he rescued children and he didn't. He says he went to the border and rescued children and he didn't. He says that he was a police officer, he wasn't. He says that he was a colonel, he wasn't. I mean, I can think of a million things he said that he was that he wasn't ever. And
yeah,
it's not to do with Nick, it's his own what he says. And people are sick of him conning people.
I remember when Ernie
You need
first
to
came
start
to
watching
YouTube.
him. And if you watch him, then you would know what he was saying because, well, no, he lost it because of the whatever he's doing, the drugs, whatever it is that he's doing. I don't know, but whatever he's doing, it's like lie after lie after lie after lie, and nobody knows what to think because it's always a lie. It's another lie on top of another lie on top of another lie, and I mean, I don't know.
No matter what Ernie's got, it's his own fault that he has it. And let me phrase that perfectly. If Ernie was having sex with guys, he should have been wearing a condom. If he was having sex with women, he should have been wearing a condom. If he was
Yep,
shooting up drugs, he shouldn't have been shooting up drugs. Everything that's happened to Ernie is the byproduct of his own bad decisions. Period.
that's true. I
He,
can't disagree with that. That's so true.
he's done it all to himself. And then he gets mad at people like Nicolene. I heard the way he was talking to her today. Everybody knows me and Nicolene hate each other, but there was no call for Ernie talking to her like that. There was no call for Ernie to talk to X Factor, someone else I don't have the greatest relationship with, but I still wouldn't talk to her like that. Ernie's
Right,
problem is he does not understand the true concept of respect. You talking about soldier's honor, but yet you're talking to a
right,
soldier like she's a dog.
right.
So where's the
That's the
honor?
kind of stuff we're talking about. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Then he lies and says he's in the military and he's a veteran. And I mean, it's just on and on and on. He's been everything. And never has he been a bounty hunter where he went and caught people and put them in jail or anything else. He just became a bounty hunter when he met Bama. And he was never licensed, bonded, or insured. He just had a
Yeah.
title that anybody can get. It's just he could never use it because there's no bounty hunters in Kentucky.
Ernie, if you're listening to this, see, same thing I told Nicolino a while back. Your end is coming closer every day. We're closer to this side of the hill than we are when we started. And if you don't repent and quit doing evil things and quit letting those demons that are inside you take control, you are never going to get over that hill into heaven. And I'm not judging you. I'm not passing judgment on you. I'm just simply telling you, when you carry those demons around with you, you're not going to get in the pearly gates with them still hanging on. You need to come out, tell the truth. For once, finally, sit down and just tell the truth. I think you'd be real surprised how much more support you had by being honest than you had by
Right.
lying.
That's what I
And I
wished he
believe
would
that.
do because
I,
I even gave him support when I thought he was being truthful. A lot of us
mhm.
did. And then to find out we were lied to, that's what makes me mad. I'm
See,
getting
I was
tired of
being
being
nice
lied
to him
to.
too. Betty, I did the same thing. I backed off of him. I was being nice to him. I gave him $40 for a blanket because he said it was cold. That's the first time I've ever gave Ernie a dime in the 3 years I've known him. But it's this winter when it was so cold, and I did. I went in. I gave him $40 to go get a blanket at Walmart. I sure did. And I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, give him some respect, and help him. And the next
Mhm.
day, I see him riding in a car with my blanket wrapped around him. And I thought, well, you tried, Tara. And that was
Right.
all I could. I tried.
Right.
God put it on my heart. I did it. He chose to make a fool of me. So,
Yeah, and that's why I said once they make a fool out of me, I don't go back for it.
yeah, that's me, Betty. I don't either, honey.
Well, his humor ain't even good anymore because it's
No.
everything's a lie. So there's no humor anymore. It's nothing's funny. And after
Yeah.
we found out what he said about tying those girls up and videotaping them and letting trains be ran on them, and one of them ain't here no more, and she has a little boy, and she's gone for the rest of the world, like gone to heaven. I have zero sympathy for this guy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I don't want to replay it again. It triggers me. I played it 3 times, but you're more than welcome to go through my videos and look at it yourself. It will shock the shit out of you. Ever since I heard it and everything, I just, it's not that long either, so you can go and watch it. It's not that long, but ever since I heard it and him laughing about it and that girl not being alive, I don't care anymore. My give a damn is busted, and that's just that. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And Ernie, you better get right with God. I've been to heaven,
Amen.
and there is a God. And if you don't start repenting and asking for forgiveness and stop your lying, when you do leave this earth, you're going to a very bad place. Going to a very, very bad place.
Why do you think Betty gave away her tarot cards?
That's right. I'm going to heaven. I'm not going to be dealing with any kind of demonic nothing. I don't want no demonic nothing.
Ernie,
Exactly.
you can look in your eyes and see the demons in you, man. There's
He
times you
probably
can look
is
in these others'
demons.
eyes and
I don't
see it.
know. But if he's so in love with her, why did he tell her the other day he was going to rip her jugular vein out? Like, that's scary. He tried to get a gun a couple of months back, the police officer said yesterday. I
Hmm?
mean, that's scary in itself. Um,
Godly
Think of where he
men.
comes from and who. He barely had a chance to turn. No, he had many
No, that's
chances to
bullshit.
turn out good. He had
Tim Rose, that's bull.
many good women in his life, many good things. Him becoming that security guard, him fucking
Yeah.
it up. It's on paperwork of why he got fired. Having sexual intercourse with a person in the mental facility,
Yep.
and it was only a man mental facility, all men.
Ernie has had more people try to help him and get him on the straight and get him a good life than anybody I have ever seen or ever known of. And he slaps it back and throws it in everybody's face. And the problem is Ernie doesn't realize is now he's at that age where he's not sexy. He is sick.
Right. Yep.
He has told
All
so many
that's gone
lies.
now. Yep.
It's all gone now. And along with that,
Mhm.
there's a lot of the help that women were willing to give him. A lot of that's gone too.
Yep. That's why he says it's not very much. But when he came to YouTube, that man was making $10,000 a month off women.
Yep, we're
He
making
bragged
big
about
money.
it. He showed us his cash apps and his PayPal's, bragging and laughing.
I thought Ernie, and I'm only gonna say this because I've heard Ernie say it. I've heard Ernie say that he's type O blood. Is that not a fact? Is he supposed to be something different now? I'm AB negative. My mom was AB positive. So we were the first and second rares. Somebody just popped up here. He was some other blood type. But multiple times I've heard Ernie say he's O and that he can give to anybody or get. Was that not true, Betty? Did I lose Betty?
I'm sorry, I had to go get a pack of cigarettes. What'd you say, baby?
I was just saying I've heard Ernie say many times that he was O. He had type O blood.
I've heard him say he don't know what his blood type is.
Well, I'm AB negative. Mama was AB positive. So I know how rare ours are. So if he's got this really super rare blood, I want to know what's more rare than RH factor or AB or, negative or positive.
Well, okay, Team Rose, let me explain something to you. A lot of people come from families that are criminals, unprofessional assassins, and traffickers. Did you know that? And
Yep.
they don't turn out like that. They don't
Nope.
turn out like that. So you cannot use his bringing up as why he turned out like he turned out. They were just
Cop out.
poor mountain white folk. That's it. They wasn't traffickers or assassins. All those stories he tells about his family, they're not true.
Team Rose up in West Virginia, up on Tyler Mountain in an unincorporated town. My dad didn't want to be poor. He didn't want us to be poor. So we got out of West Virginia. Just because you grow up somewhere like that or you grow up in a poor family, there were 6 kids in my mom's floor on a dirt basement. My dad didn't accept that. Okay, that's no excuse. Doesn't matter if you're poor, if you grew up in a criminal family, or what you grew up in. It's what you want to be. Every one of my aunts made it in life. They went from living on a dirt basement with a drunk who would beat them and my grandmother to being married to FBI agents. One was married to an NBA star. One was married to a warrant officer. What my dad did is none of your freaking business. So my uncle was in the coal mines all his life till he went to the top of the mines. So you cannot say that just because somebody had a bad lifestyle growing up, that's justification for them not knowing how to act. Because it's not. It's just not true.
And Team Rose, he actually destroyed himself, honey.
He
He
has, baby. You're
destroyed
making
himself.
excuses for him.
He destroyed himself. Nick did not win. He destroyed himself. He did all of this himself. He was dating a girl, Tiffany, who got caught with heroin.
Yep.
And he lied and told us it was CBD. And it was heroin. Straight up heroin. Do you
We
not
watched him
remember
going in
that?
and out of the court. You do know there's
Hmm.
a video of them going in and out of the court that day they got charged with heroin.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if
he
Rose
knew
knows, but
about
there is.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're actually, when they're calling the cops on him, they're trying to get him help and get him off the fucking streets because he needs to go and do his time. He can't run around being a victim and a fugitive for the rest of his life.
Not only that, but he is
Anytime we
doing
do a
heroin.
crime, in which I don't do crimes, but anytime if you do a crime, you go do your time. That's the way it is. You face your consequences.
I'm gonna
Where's
tell you
his
something. They don't
brother
get my
at? Who put his brother in prison? His brother was actually acquitted twice because they kept thinking it was Ernie that did it until he finally got in trouble in the prison itself. What happened to the prostitute and where is she and her earring that was left in Ernie's girlfriend's car that Shelby talks about, and so does Ernie. But the thing is Shelby wasn't around, but Ernie was.
all that's true. Unfortunately, it just is.
Did you
You
know
can
even
twist
back
facts,
a
but you can't
100
change
years
them.
ago, I looked up the Shell family. 100 years ago, his great-great-grandfather was known as a liar. That's what they
Okay.
knew him as, a liar.
So you think it runs in the family?
Yes, it's pathological lying thing that happens. And if somebody shot somebody in the head, they sure wouldn't have got 60 days
Oh
of
hell no,
prison. They would never
no,
have gotten 60 days of prison. I don't know where you got that.
not unless it was total self-defense, and you better have a lot of
Yeah.
proof.
And that takes a long time than 60 days.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah, over 100 years ago, his great-great-grandpa, they called him the liar shell or something like that, because all he would do is tell tall tales all the time. That's his own great-great-great-grandpa.
Baby, I hate to ask you this. Is Victoria
Hmm.
gone to bed?
Do what, baby?
Has Victoria gone to bed?
Yeah, she has, and I'm about to head there too because it's a 9:44 here, and we got to open up days tomorrow. We're gonna open it up at 12 or 1. Or do you
Okay,
guys want us to open it up later? Which one do you
I
guys like?
I like it later personally, but I'll go with whatever y'all want to do.
Do you like it better at 4 or 5?
Me?
All of you, everybody,
Yeah, I mean I like it as late as you want to do it, Betty.
because I want
But
people to be able to eat their supper and all that, and then be able to come here, and stuff like that.
That's too late, in my opinion.
what do you want to do, Pink?
I
What time
prefer
do
the
you like?
12:30. I prefer the 12:30 or 1, but that's my opinion.
But you
Okay.
do know that Nick goes live around that time, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not even it, but damn,
She doesn't
Ernie
always
jumps
she
up
does
there
not
too.
always go live around that time. Nick usually goes live around usually around a later time, but it's not usually around 12 or 1.
Well,
My
why?
time's 12 or 1. Her time is 3 and 4. 2 and
Well,
3, actually.
Betty, we
I
could
just
do a
need to make a
test.
poll. Okay, so let's make a poll right now.
No, let's
Everybody
do a
who is in
test.
favor, of me doing it later, Pink and I doing it later, please put a 5 in the chat.
Okay, I got to jump down so I can vote. Okay.
Okay. See you, baby.
All right, baby. Love you all.
Love you all too. Love you too.
Okay, so let me get out of here.
All right, so Jess says we got 1. We got 2. You want a real poll? Okay, hang on just a second. Let me figure out how to make a real poll. Because I don't know how to make it on the StreamYard. That just pulls up emojis. Because I got it over here on my phone, but it doesn't show me a poll. Hang on, let me see here. Dang it. It doesn't show me a poll. Let's see what we got. Save, share. Okay, I can't make a real poll. It won't let me make a real poll on here, and I can't make one on this, so because I'm not live on YouTube side where you can make a poll, but I'm live over here on this one, and I should be able to make a poll over on my phone, but it's not letting me on my phone either. And then it's not working. That's not working. It only shows me emoji and the thing. Okay. Let's see. Let me see what people had. All right. So we had 1 5 2 5 3 5 4 5 6 5 1 with a 7, which means no. And we had pink bow. No. Another 5. Okay, so we're gonna start later then, because the majority is 5 o'clock, which means if I start at 5 o'clock and then we usually end about 9 or 10, that's a good show. That's about a 5-hour show. Or start at 5 o'clock, end at 8.
To be honest, I'm not. Well, it can't be like every single day. We're gonna have to like switch up. One day we do 5, and one day we do earlier, and then one day we do 5. But it can't be like every single day where we do 5 to 9. Because that's too much. That would be that's too much. That's too late for me.
Yeah, My Insane World made a suggestion. She said, Betty, why don't we go live with Pink's time for an hour and then go live again later and see which one gets the most views? Yep, we can do that. That'll make
out for what do you mean
for only an hour? Yeah, we go live for an hour at 1 o'clock. We leave at 2 o'clock, let other people go live. And then we go live later on at 4 o'clock until we end it. Like right now, we've been live 3 hours almost.
I suggested us do it like it take like go each switch it up each day. That's what I suggested that. It just makes more sense in my opinion if you ask me. That way, so it's more like 50-50.
So you're saying go live at 1 o'clock and then to 3 or 4 o'clock, and then the next day go live at 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock?
Something like that, yes. Or maybe like 1 to 5 or something like that. Next day we do like 4 to 8 or 4 to 9 or something like that. Yes, because that's what I think that's it should be like that. We switch it, we do it like each day like that.
But that's so early for the people that work, though. That's what I'm trying to say. See, like when Nick does go live, she goes live. Hold on. When Nick goes live, she goes live between my time would be 2 to 4. She goes live. Even one day she came in and said she wasn't going live and she just went right live. And our people want to watch her as well. So we can't have the same people. Just like today, she went live while I was live and I shut down my live so that we could all go watch her. Yeah, we're gonna watch into people working
Well,
or people being
okay,
live.
but here's the thing though, people that even that people do work because you like, people who work are not gonna always be able to attend every single show anyways because they work. It's just how it is. It don't matter what time or how late it is, like stuff like that. Because that's
Okay,
because
well,
they
this
work.
is the thing. I'm not gonna step on Nick's toes. She goes live between 2 and 4 my time, which is actually 3 and 5. That's what time she goes live. Every day, usually when she goes live, that's the time she goes live. Sometimes she goes live even an hour earlier than that, depending on if she's off work or not.
She doesn't go
Jimbo
live
goes
not.
live at 9:10 at night. Jimbo goes live at 9 at night. 9 or 10 o'clock.
No, usually he
So
goes. Usually he goes live between let's say 10:30, but between 11 and between 11 and 12 at night. But sometimes a lot earlier. Sometimes 10. Yes. But usually he goes live at nighttime around between let's say 10 and 12.
right, but what I'm saying is we are sharing subs. All of us, we have all the same subs. So I don't want to step on people's toes, and I don't want to go live when people are going live. And Team Rose, I agree with you on that. So I'm trying to put it where it's going to be good for everybody, and I'm not going to be because didn't Jimbo say didn't it show he was going live at 9:10 tonight or something? Because he hasn't been feeling good. So
His live is set. His live is set at 11:05. Ray Jones said.
okay, so that's my time 10. Okay, so
So
yeah,
yeah, he goes
in
live
5
about maybe
minutes,
around.
yeah, in 5 minutes, my time, which would be 10 o'clock, he goes live, which means it's 11 o'clock your time. That's where we're getting the confusion because we're an hour difference here. I'm an hour difference
You already knew
than
that we were an
everybody.
hour.
No, that's why I'm saying when I say a certain time, you're not understanding that actually means
I
an
am.
hour
I am.
difference.
I am understanding. Yeah, I do. I am understanding.
So my time, I would like to go live at like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, which means it's 4 or 5.
At 4 or 5
That's
my time.
yeah, 4 or 5 your time. Because that way I get my nap in, I get all of my things in when I go to my doctor's appointments and stuff like
Well,
that.
if
Because
I'm
when I have doctor's
well,
appointments, it bothers me.
if
But we're
I'm
gonna shut this down. We'll talk about ourselves. You guys will see tomorrow what time we go live. I love each and every one of you. We're gonna shut this down, and we'll see you tomorrow. But I want you guys to go ahead and go do whatever you got to do because I understand that this is something we need to chat about. So I'm
you
just
didn't
gonna
even let
exit
me
out. Yeah, they asked for us to do it in private, Pink.
Keep a
Oh,
fire in your heart, a smile on your face, and be kind to someone. This angel watches over all of us on the YouTube days of our lives. Please keep in mind that this is an interactive soap opera. We do not ever go real life dox anyone. It is not meant to hurt, stress, or give anyone pavement scratches nor carpet burns. This is all in fun, and you never know who will be in the show. Thank you for watching. Love to all. Don't forget to like, share, and comment.